Hello, everyone, and happy Saturday. We have a special live stream today on 2 channels. We're doing big things here, so let's see if it works out. I'm Natalie with my so-called Gen X Life. Joining me today is JayFlex. How is it going, Jay?
It's going really, really well. I'm excited to be here and get the show on the road.
Awesome. Fantastic. We're going to have some fun today. I talked to my subscribers, asked them what they wanted me to show you, and I picked a couple of things out of their long list of, of recommendations. We don't have time to go through all of it, but we're gonna go over some 80s TV shows and some 80s news stories, and then I think we're gonna have some fun doing some quizzes. We're gonna do a Gen X quiz and a Gen Z quiz. I saw your video with the Gen X quiz. That was very entertaining.
Yeah. It was. I mean, it was entertaining for everybody watching, and for me, it was just like a head scratcher, man. I was struggling.
It's so funny because we try to do Gen X quizzes on live streams, on my live streams sometimes, and they're so easy for us that they're no fun. To watch you struggle through it was a true pleasure.
Yeah,
but I did find a Gen Z quiz though, because I figured, you know what, I don't think I know anything about Gen Z pop culture and slang, so I can embarrass myself as well, and we can do that on that side.
Yes.
Oh man. Hey guys, we got some people in the chat already.
Hello?
I streamed until
what's just happened? Hold on.
Oh, did we lose each other?
I don't know if you can hear me. All of a sudden
I can hear you.
Okay, you can hear me.
I can hear you. Okay. Just so you guys know, we are doing we are doing a dual live stream on both of our channels. This is the first time we've done this, so there probably will be some technical issues.
That is so. I don't even know what just happened. All of a sudden, I just couldn't hear anything.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Might be.
Are we back?
Hopefully, I can get this sorted out.
Okay.
Like this time around, I remember to plug in my actual mic, so it sounds better. But then now I just can't hear anything, which is so ironic.
Well, just let me know how's it going. It sounds like everyone's sound is good. Okay.
Okay, wait. I think I'm good.
Hello? Can you hear me now?
Okay, this seems to be. Can you hear me? I can hear you now.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Yep, we're good? All right.
I'm back.
Good deal. The viewers are saying we look and sound good, so that's good. I'm glad we're
that's perfect. Great.
Yay. All right. They're saying it feels just like yesterday I watched this channel stream, and it's true because I streamed from 8 o'clock last night till about 1 o'clock this morning. So
wow,
we were back on a big turnaround here.
Wow.
Quick turnaround. Yep. So it's gonna be fun today. All right. So I'm going to start you off with a news story that was a big deal for 80s kids. Now, do you I'm interested, like, how do you get your news as a Gen Z person? Where do you get your news source, or do you even pay attention to news stories or what's going on in the world?
You know what, like only as of recent I started to pay more attention, so that says a lot. I feel like
well, I mean, that's pretty common.
Yeah. I mean, because like, you know, when I was like, once I touched my 20s, because obviously Gen Z is starting to get older now, so we're getting there slowly.
You're getting old. Welcome to the club.
I'm like, yeah. Now I know how you guys feel, low key. I'm not exactly there yet, but you know, give me another 10 years.
I was gonna say, when you have your first thought of that was 10 years ago or that was 15 years ago, and it hits you that you remember something from that long ago, it's wild. I just had my 30th high school reunion last weekend. 30 years since I graduated high school. That blows my mind. So I'm telling you, it's bizarre. Oh, we lost you. You're muted. You're muted. There you are. I got you back. Okay.
But I was just crazy what you just said.
Yeah. And so when you start having those thoughts of that happened 10 years ago or that happened 20 years ago, I'm telling you, it'll melt your brain. Oh, I lost you again. Lost you again. Can't hear you. We're still waiting. I can't hear you. Dun, 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 dun. You're talking, but I can't hear you. I don't know what's going on. I can't hear you.
You can you hear me now?
I can. Now I got you. Can you hear me? Okay. You
if,
good?
If it happens again, I know how to fix it now. I just don't know why it keeps happening.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. You know,
Gosh.
It could be just technical system platform issues. We don't know. I mean, you never know.
Be. First time doing the dual thing. Yeah. But going back to your initial question about how I receive news, for the most part, it's going to be through YouTube. That's how I consume most of the news that I, entertain.
Right. So, are there certain like channels that you watch, or do you get it from like more what we would call legacy media or mainstream media? Do you watch like bigger channels, or do you watch smaller creators?
Good question. Do you know what? Not as, it's probably like a 60% creators and like 40% actual like these mainstream like news places, stations and stuff,
like BBC or CNN. Or
like I tend to watch a creator talking about a certain topic before I watch the actual news talking about a certain topic, which is probably crazy to a lot of you guys here.
Well, I mean, I've actually started doing that myself.
Oh, really?
Because we have, I mean, here in America, we have big issues with media as far as biases and perspectives and narratives and things like that. So you got to be you have a broad spectrum of, you got to listen to all different sides, because otherwise you can find yourself in an information bubble and not hearing what's going on. And, so, it's funny because growing up in the 80s, we had 3 news channels, and then we had a newspaper, and that was how we got our news. So those were your only sources. Wow. So there was a very manipulated narrative that came across from, and we didn't know it at the time, but they only told us what they wanted us to know. So, and you didn't have the opportunity to hear a creator or other people give their perspectives or show you, maybe a different view of things. It was the government's narrative, it was the media's narrative, and you had 3 to choose from, but they all told the same story. Or whatever what was going on. So
I can imagine.
It's been very it's interesting, but it's awesome that you have different sources for news, and I highly recommend that, because you don't want to get into a bubble of information, which is hard to do in this day and age because everything's so tailored for each person. That algorithm is king.
But that's the thing, right? Because even like what you said about the algorithms now, like they're so advanced these days, where it's like you can end up in your own little bubble, even with the algorithm, right? Because
they
just keep sending you.
They send you what you're interested in. So if you click on something, then they, and all that stuff. So it's very easy to get into a bubble. But so back in the 80s, we had 3 channels and 3 different news networks that all gave us the same story. So there was a very, forced narrative. Looking back on it, I didn't realize it at the time. But anyway, I just did a video on the biggest news stories of the 80s according to 80s kids. So what kids at the time considered news as opposed to what the adults would consider news. What was important to me. And I'm going to show you the clip of my video simply because I know it won't get copyright issues. And but this was the biggest news story of the 80s for 80s kids, and it happened in January of 1986. I'm going to show it to you, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Let me bring it up here.
Right. Let's do it.
Let me push the buttons here. Share screen. All right.
To say something to this.
Hold on. Let me get to the number 1. It was the top 5 stories here. So we're going to go to number 1. We might do the second story as well. We're going to start with this one. This is about the Challenger space shuttle.
Oh, okay.
I don't think any teacher has ever been more ready
to have 2 lessons in my life. I've been preparing these since September, and I just hope everybody tunes in on day 4 now to watch the teacher teaching from space.
January 28th, 1986 is the day that pretty much every American Gen Xer remembers. That morning, millions of school children from elementary to high school were gathered in classrooms, auditoriums, and gymnasiums in schools across the country to watch the launch of the Space Shuttle Challenger on TVs rolled in on carts. But 73 seconds after that launch, disaster occurred. The shuttle broke apart in an explosion, killing all 7 crew members on board. So
Tragic.
What exactly happened, and why were millions of Gen Xers watching it live from school? The space shuttle program began in the 1970s, with NASA designing a reusable spacecraft for low Earth orbit missions, including satellite deployment, scientific experiments, and International Space Station support. 4 operational orbiters were originally built. They were Columbia, Discovery, Atlantis, and Challenger. The first, real quick, just so you know, because I know that kind of the only space talk I ever really hear now is from like SpaceX and Elon Musk and the Mars stuff. But when we were growing up, we had the space shuttle program, and it was, at first it was a big deal because they would send these space shuttles up every couple of months, and they would be on TV and they'd show the launches. And then after like 10 or 15 times, everybody got bored of it. But this was a big deal because at the time, and it's kind of weird to think about this now, and I don't think it's this way now, but at the time, the thought was that the future would be in space, that we would be living on space stations, we would live on the moon. Like that was the thought, that space travel would become like airline travel. Where you would just hop on a plane and you would just hop on a space shuttle and go to work. That was kind of the thought process and the goal of the space shuttle program. So this Challenger was the first space shuttle that they allowed a private citizen on. Before that, it was all astronauts. But for this one, they had a big selection process to find the first private citizen. And that's what we're going to talk about. So I just wanted to kind of give you that preface of kind of where we were as a country at the time.
Right.
All right, here we go. First space shuttle to launch was Columbia on April 12, 1981. And over the next 5 years, 24 successful shuttle missions were completed, including 9 by Challenger. Challenger first flew in April of 1983 and was key in the shuttle program for satellite launches and space lab missions. Its second flight in June of 83 had a crew that included the first American woman in space, which was, of course, Sally Ride. A quick personal story here. In June of 1985, my parents took my brother and I to Cape Canaveral, Florida to watch the launch of Discovery. We had to get up super early and it took hours to get to the watch site, but it was quite the experience for a 7-year-old. The watch site was about 3 miles away from the launch pad, and you had to take a special bus to the site, and there were bleachers that you sat on to watch the launch. They also had loudspeakers so you could hear mission control. After watching Discovery take off, I remember going back to the Kennedy Space Center and seeing a big digital sign that had the upcoming launch schedule for the rest of the year. Challenger was the next one to go up that summer, and in fact, there were 5 more launches in the second half of 1985. At the time, NASA faced intense schedules. There were 15 launches planned for 1986. There was also political pressure to justify funding and to demonstrate program success, which included the new Teacher in Space initiative. In 1984, President Ronald Reagan announced the Teacher in Space project to inspire students, honor educators, and promote interest in space exploration.
Today, I'm directing NASA to begin a search in all of our elementary and secondary schools and to choose as the first citizen passenger in the history of our space program one of America's finest, a teacher.
The goal was to send the first private citizen into space, a teacher who would conduct lessons from orbit, demonstrate the effects of microgravity, and share the experience of spaceflight. Here's a little interesting fact. Before it was decided that a teacher was going to space, NASA briefly considered the idea of Big Bird being on board the shuttle. According to Carol Spinney's autobiography, The Wisdom of Big Bird and the Dark Genius of Oscar the Grouch, Lessons from a Life in Feathers, NASA informally approached him about the possibility of including Big Bird in the Teacher in Space project for the Challenger mission. Do you guys have Sesame Street over in the UK?
I believe so,
Bird?
but I was never tuned into that.
Right. Well, I didn't know if you knew who Big Bird was, because Sesame Street was a big kids program at the time, and Big Bird was a really big character. So they had considered putting Big Bird on the space shuttle for Challenger. Okay. Yeah. Capture young audiences' attention. But the concept was quickly dismissed due to practical challenges. The Big Bird costume, standing over 8 feet tall and requiring Spinny to operate it with one hand raised, was deemed incompatible with the shuttle's confined space and safety requirements. Right. After President Reagan announced the Teacher in Space project, NASA received over 11,000 applications.
School teachers with wide eyes and big grins are learning the ropes at Johnson Space Center, all in hope of becoming the school teacher, the one which will fly aboard a spaceship.
The teachers are here to learn, but it is clear one thing they already know. Each wants to go to space.
Of course, they all wanted to go to space before, but now that the possibility of that is very real, well, just ask the teachers.
I think there's a lot out there that we don't have and we don't know. I think that we're only beginning to scratch the surface of what in reality is the new frontier.
The future is there. It really is. And this is just the first step. This is like man leaving his cradle. He's going to go out to the stars. I really think we're going to get there someday.
I want to do this so that I can come back and just give some of these experiences to my kids.
These are the space-age people. Their children are going to be possibly living on space stations. They're going to have all of these new frontiers. And for teachers to come back with that excitement, I think they're really going to benefit from it. Do you remember when they sent the first chimpanzee up on that rocket? Well, I thought it should have been an elementary school kid named Barbara Raddick. I really wanted to be the one up there, and I've been interested ever since.
But the thing I can do out there, and that's get kids excited to watch out there and see why this frontier is so valuable.
To be up there, to look back at the planet Earth, it's an ultimate trip. It's the ultimate experience of a lifetime.
My students are going to benefit from it. I'm going to benefit from it. Other teachers with whom I work will benefit.
And when one teacher circles the globe next January, millions of kids around the country are going to be looking up to teachers in more ways than one.
The children entering kindergarten this fall are going to be in the job market through the first half of the 21st century, and I want to make sure a teacher's there to help convey to educators what skills are needed to help those children survive in that kind of future.
NASA officials will pick a finalist and a runner-up before the end of the month. The winner will go to space in January.
After months of testing and rigorous evaluations, they narrowed the field down to 10 finalists, who then underwent even more testing and interviews. On July 19th, 1985, Vice President George H.W. Bush announced the winner. NASA chose a 37-year-old social studies teacher from Concord High School in Concord, New Hampshire, named Christa McAuliffe.
Winner, the teacher who will be going into space, Christa McAuliffe. Where's that you?
I've made 9 wonderful friends over the last 2 weeks. And when that shuttle goes, they might be one body. But there's going to be 10 souls that I'm taking with me. Thank you.
That's great.
Oh, that hurt.
I went for something that I felt I had really no chance in. I decided to overextend a bit and fill in an application that I knew thousands and thousands of people were going to be filling in. But it was important for me because it was something that I really wanted to do. And I hope that a lot of students looking at that will say, well, I know 80 people are going to try out for this team, but it's something that I really want to do, and not to be afraid of failure.
McAuliffe's application emphasized her ability to connect with students and her vision to humanize the space experience. Her proposal, titled The Ultimate Field Trip, aimed to make space accessible by documenting her journey in a journal and sharing it with classrooms. When McAuliffe was named the winner, it meant that she had to take a break from teaching and commit to 1 year with NASA to train for the shuttle mission, and then months of speaking engagements and public appearances after she returned from the mission. While on board Challenger, McAuliffe planned to deliver 2 15-minute live lessons from space, broadcast to classrooms across the United States via PBS as part of NASA's educational outreach. Her lessons were designed to engage students in grades K through 12 by showcasing real-time experiments in microgravity. She also planned to give students a tour of the shuttle and a chance to see the crew in action. McAuliffe was officially named as part of the crew for Challenger's 10th flight, known as STS-51-L. And this is why millions of American school children were watching on that day in January of 1986.
Right.
Yeah. So every school, every classroom had a TV rolled in to watch this together. And you're going to see more of it here in a minute. But so, yeah, every kid was watching. And I mean every kid. So here we go. Due to weather and technical issues, Challenger's launch was delayed multiple times. On the morning of January 28th, the temperature had dropped near freezing in Florida and icicles had formed the launch pad.
Good morning, Bob. It is cold here. It is Long John weather at the Cape. NASA has had launches in sub-freezing weather before, but never from the shuttle program, and there is some concern about the effect of these cold temperatures. Primarily, they're looking at a buildup of ice on the outside of the external fuel tank, which is loaded with hydrogen and oxygen at very low temperatures. Meanwhile, the crew is going through the routine of having breakfast just before they take them out to the pad. This will be the second countdown for what's going to be known as the teacher flight, because it will feature lessons to be taught a little bit later by Christa McAuliffe, the school teacher from New Hampshire.
The original plan for that day was to try to launch at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time, but once again, it was delayed. This time, though, it was just for a couple of hours. After the weather warmed up and the technical issues were seemingly fixed, the countdown finally reached zero and Challenger launched at 11:38 a.m. Eastern time.
8, 7, 6. We have main engine start. 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff. Liftoff of the 25th Space Shuttle mission, and it has cleared the tower.
I was in my third grade classroom with my teacher and fellow students watching on a 19-inch CRT television that had been rolled in. And since I considered myself to be a shuttle expert, having seen one launch in person, 8-year-old me was giving everyone in my class a space lesson. I was Punky Brewster style as the shuttle left the launch pad. 73 seconds after that launch, I saw something that I hadn't seen the previous summer when my family and I watched Discovery.
Challenger, go at throttle up. Challenger, go at throttle up.
1 minute 15 seconds. Velocity 2,900 feet per second. Altitude 9 nautical miles. Downrange distance 7 nautical miles.
Jeez, man.
At first, we didn't know what happened.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Flight controllers here looking very carefully at the situation. Obviously a major malfunction.
Seeing that giant fireball and the two lines of smoke, I just knew something wasn't right. We all sat there in silence. The teachers didn't say a word. And then we heard Mission Control confirm that the shuttle had exploded.
We have no downlink. This is Mission Control Houston. We have no additional word at this time. Reports from the flight dynamics officer indicate that the vehicle apparently exploded and that impact in the water.
At that point, my teacher turned off the TV and rolled it out of the room. We went to lunch and then went back to our regular schoolwork that afternoon. At one point in the day, the principal came in and told us that none of the astronauts had survived.
When they posed, it was like a portrait of America. Men and women, war veterans and first-time astronauts, parents, and even a classical pianist. Their commander was Francis Scobie, age 46, from Washington State, an astronaut after 22 years in the Air Force. This was his second shuttle mission. Second in command, pilot Michael Smith, age 40, a decorated Navy pilot from North Carolina. Like Scobie, he'd seen combat in Vietnam and trained as a test pilot. And like the commander, he was a husband and father. This was Smith's first shuttle mission. Mission specialist Ellison Onizuka was the first Hawaiian astronaut who believed in the benefits of the space program.
There are a lot of outcomes from these projects which will affect both our society and the rest of the world.
Onizuka is survived by his wife and 2 daughters. 36-year-old mission specialist Judy Resnick was a shuttle veteran, her assignment to operate the shuttle's mechanical arm. She was on board the shuttle Discovery in 1984 when a launch was aborted after the engines had fired. Gregory Jarvis was on board to conduct tests on the effects of weightlessness on liquids carried in tanks. Born in Detroit, trained as an Air Force satellite engineer, Jarvis was on his first shuttle mission. Ronald McNair, age 36 from South Carolina, brought a background in physics and laser technology to the shuttle program. This was the second trip to space for a husband and father who saw space travel as a calling for mankind.
I see it as something that we must do, and I see it as something that's part of man's nature to explore.
These six, along with Christa McAuliffe, the first teacher in space, now a tragic page in NASA history.
When my mom picked me up from school that day, I was in tears. When we got home, we watched the news coverage on all the networks and CNN. But it would take months before the truth about what happened was revealed. The primary cause of the Challenger disaster was the failure of an O-ring seal in the right solid rocket booster. Cold weather at the time of the launch, which was 36 degrees Fahrenheit, caused the O-ring to become brittle, losing its ability to seal properly. After launch, hot gases escaped from the solid rocket booster joint, damaging the external fuel tank, leading to a structural failure. What we came to find out was that engineers had raised concerns about O-ring seals in solid rocket boosters in cold weather as early as 1977. But those concerns were downplayed. The shuttle was destroyed by aerodynamic forces, not an explosion. The fireball we saw was from ignited fuel. The crew cabin separated and fell into the Atlantic Ocean, with impact occurring about 2 minutes and 45 seconds later. Evidence suggested that the crew survived the initial breakup, but likely lost consciousness due to depressurization before the cabin hit the ocean. No definitive evidence confirms they were conscious during the descent. Quick side note number 2. There is quite the conspiracy theory surrounding the astronauts and what happened to the crew cabin in the aftermath of this tragedy. This video isn't the right place to talk about it, but I had to mention it. And I put some links in the description if you're interested. I can't help myself. I'm a conspiracy theory girl. I can't help it. Anyways, there was an investigation from the Rogers Commission into the Challenger disaster, with key findings pointing to the O-ring failure exacerbated by the cold weather, plus some organizational issues at NASA. That pressure to maintain launch schedules was a big deal, and the disaster led to increased scrutiny of NASA's decision processes and the safety culture. After the Challenger tragedy, NASA suspended space shuttle launches for 32 months. They also made some design changes to the solid rocket boosters, and NASA implemented stricter safety protocols. But holy crap, they learned absolutely nothing from the Challenger disaster, it seems to me. The shuttle program resumed on September 29th, 1988, with the launch of Discovery. And over the next 2 decades, there were 110 more shuttle launches. They even built a new shuttle to replace the Challenger called the Endeavour. The packed schedules and the pressure to launch never subsided, and the new safety protocols were eventually taken for granted. On February 1st, 2003, the space shuttle Columbia disintegrated during re-entry over Texas, killing all 7 crew members. The space shuttle program officially came to an end in July of 2011 due to cost and safety concerns, plus the fact that NASA had an aging fleet. The shuttles had been operational since 1981. As for the Challenger, in the aftermath of that disaster, President Reagan spoke to the country from the Oval Office on the evening of January 28th, instead of giving his scheduled State of the Union address, and gave us one of the most memorable lines from his presidency.
The crew of the Space Shuttle Challenger honored us for the manner in which they lived their lives. We will never forget them, nor the last time we saw them, this morning, as they prepared for their journey and waved goodbye, and slipped the surly bonds of earth to touch the face of God.
A few weeks later, a very special episode of Punky Brewster aired, addressing the Challenger disaster to help Gen X kids cope with what they had witnessed. Meanwhile, the movie Space Camp, which was filmed in the summer of 1985, was released in April of 1986, unfortunate timing, and completely bombed at the box office due to the Challenger disaster. And then in 1990, a made-for-TV movie titled Challenger, starring Karen Allen as Christa McAuliffe, aired on ABC. The film focused on her selection as the teacher in space, her training, and the emotional impact of the disaster on her family and students.
Sunday.
In the 80s, we turned every major news event into a made-for-TV movie.
Wow. Okay, right.
They were America's hope for the future.
What's it like to be up there in space? You don't want to come back.
The commander and the pilot, backed up by a team of 3 mission specialists, a civilian from Hughes Aircraft, and a school teacher
named Christa McAuliffe.
You're not scared. Neither am I.
That's the way you have to feel when you're an astronaut. Karen Allen, Barry Boston.
You're a wonderful crew. All right, that's great.
Challenger, Sunday at 8, 7 Central.
One final note about Challenger. I need to mention that there was another teacher named Barbara Morgan who was selected as McAuliffe's alternate for the Teacher in Space project. Morgan trained alongside McAuliffe every step of the way. And then after McAuliffe's death, Morgan took over the educational outreach responsibilities that were intended for McAuliffe. These included public speaking engagements, educational consulting, and curriculum design. Morgan returned to teaching after fulfilling those commitments, but then in the late 90s, she was accepted into the NASA program, and in 2007, Morgan flew on the Space Shuttle Endeavour, the orbiter built to replace Challenger. She flew as a mission specialist and completed the educational objectives that were inspired by the original Teacher in Space program. Okay, guys, that's it. So that was Challenger. Wow. Pretty crazy. Yeah.
That is insane to think about.
Yeah. And we sat there and watched it. Yeah, we sat there and watched it. And then afterwards, they just rolled the TV out and we just went on as if nothing happened.
Wait, so you're telling me that after that, so you've watched it live, and I'm sure a lot of people in the audience watched it live, and then your teacher just I'm sure at that point you're still trying to figure out what's happened, like maybe slightly. Yeah, I'm saying, and
you have no idea, really.
Right, and then the teacher just rolls on and then just carries on. Like, did nobody just stop for a second and be like, maybe we should like talk about? I don't know, like how is
we just didn't. I'm sure there were some teachers that stopped and talked to their students, but not in my classroom. They just rolled on out and then they were done.
Wow, insane.
I know, right? So yeah, we were built a little different back then.
Definitely. I feel like if something like that happened today, that like I don't know, like maybe the whole school, just like the whole program will be down, and then I don't know, there'll be a public announcement, something straight after, like teachers and parents will be invited to some sort of meeting.
They'd have grief counselors everywhere. Yeah.
Like, you guys didn't have. Well, it seems like you guys didn't have any of that.
Nope, we didn't. It was just like, all right, well, let's everybody open your math books. It's time to move on. So,
and like what you were saying at the time, like it seemed like there was a lot of hype around like space activity, go into space, and then when all those teachers are signing up for that program, I can imagine. Was your teacher like actually? Do you know?
I don't think I had a teacher that applied for it. I know a lot of people in my subscribers commented on the video saying a lot of them had different teachers that applied for the program. It was a big deal, but honestly, this accident literally killed the space program. I mean, they still did space shuttles and everything, but that whole idea of we're going to live in space, we're going to, live on the moon, we're going to live in space station, that whole thing just died instantly because of this. So, and then the thought of the future turned to things like communication, the internet, and that kind of stuff. That's where the future was. It was no longer in space. It was communication here on Earth. So that's a good question, Lounge Zinger. Was there a story from your generation that hit hard like this as a kid? Was there anything that happened that you remember when you were growing up, a big news story or something that hit?
Because I was gonna say so I'm a 2000s kid, right? I was born in 2000s. For context, so the biggest thing that happened, I feel like, to our generation so far would have had to have been COVID. When that happened, that was like crazy. That's the first thing that that actually took me out of like my kid bubble. When all I'm thinking about, I don't know, is like trying to, I don't know, talk to the girls and like play games on my phone and stuff. Like that's all I was thinking about until COVID happened. I was like, oh wait, like this world that I was in isn't as, I don't know, secure as I thought it was. Like something like a whole lockdown can just happen out of nowhere. I'm not in school anymore. I bet that was crazy when they were just like, I bet at first you were like, yay, no school, but then after that it was like do you know? No, literally that's exactly how I reacted. First I was like, okay, wait, I have to go to school. this is great. Wait, school from my house? I can play games and then like pretend like I'm listening in the class and stuff. That sounds great to me. And then it got kind of depressing after a while.
Yeah. How long did you guys stay out of school? Was it for a few weeks, a few months? Like how long was your lockdown?
Right. So it was like 2 parts to it. And obviously I'm in the UK, so like, you know, I was in the UK when this happened. So I don't know if it's a similar thing in America, but I know when I was in like high school for you guys. No, actually, yeah. So like, last year of high school for you guys, you're like 17, 18, something around there, right?
Yes.
Right. So for us, that's sixth form. So I was in sixth form when it happened, and that's 2 years. So that's supposed to be like the send off before you go to college. Like you get more independence. You didn't have to wear your school uniform. That whole experience got shut down for me.
That breaks my heart. I'm so sorry. I'm
like
so sorry.
The first year of sixth form, so when I was 17, it was like, it was okay. I had the first year. And then when I was going into the second year, that's when the lockdown hit. And then that whole next year, because then there was a period as well where they let us go back into school around when I was 18. But then we had to wear like our COVID masks and stuff like that. And the lessons were all changed. And there was also like remote lessons as well. So sometimes we'd go in, sometimes we weren't.
Right.
And then we went back into lockdown again. And then, yeah, that just destroyed my whole like end of school sixth form period.
I bet. Oh my God. I bet people your age and, you know, around your age I would think have a big chip on their shoulder about what was taken from them from those experiences in their life. Like it's reason to be mad. It's like, you guys shut us down and wouldn't let us live life and have these experiences. And it still lingers, like all that stuff.
Does. That's why sorry to even cut you there. And I was just gonna say, like, I don't know. I've seen some articles talking about like a loneliness epidemic that's going on, and something like along those lines of like our generation. And I think a lot of that since COVID definitely kicked in. I feel like we're already a generation that was like chronically online to an extent. You know, a lot of you guys are saying we're always on our phones. And then when COVID hit, I feel like it just exacerbated all of that. And it further cemented that online kind of presence. And afterwards, I still feel like we're still recovering from that, trying to gain our direction. Because for a lot, especially for me as well, like it came at a point in my time when I was like, this would have been the time when I've been trying to really hone in on what I want to do in the future.
Right.
Like at least I would have started that process.
Yeah.
But then
kind of squashes your hopes and dreams. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys question this lock? Did you question what was going on, or did you just accept it?
I think for the most, this is actually a lot was going on during this. I remember this is like when like I was hearing about riots like BLM, like there was a lot going on during this time.
The same year.
So the first time I questioned it was because when it was all happening, again, I was just thinking, oh, I'm trying to play games. So if I can play at first. So when they were like, okay, you got to take the first jab, second jab, like I was like, oh, okay, look, as long as I can go back to my game. So I actually didn't really start deep in that. I'm sure maybe some older Gen Zers maybe would have been 24, 25 at the time, would have been 23, would have been thinking about it a bit more so. But the younger generation, like younger Gen Z like me, we probably would have still been focused on like our own things. I think a little bit when BLM was going on and then we saw that people were rioting, but then they could go all close to each other.
Yes.
That's when I was like, okay. And then they started rolling out all these other jabs. And I'm like, wait, wasn't the first two supposed to be the one that?
Yeah. And then you're supposed to wear a mask, but then you're not supposed to wear a mask, but then you're supposed to wear a mask. Like it was just like crazy.
Yeah. That's when I was questioning things.
It's interesting that you all started questioning. And then I'm glad to hear it though, because being a conspiracy theorist, you know, old person, Gen Xer that I am, I questioned it from the second it started. I was like, wait a second. I mean, when they started shutting down, like because it started when they shut down the NBA and then they canceled the NCAA tournament, which were like $1 billion businesses. And I was like, they're going to shut down $1 billion events and, you know, these big things, I was like, all right, they're not joking. But I was like, why? This makes no sense. Like, I don't, you know, because it just felt weird because it felt like it was a cold, but not to get into a bunch of COVID stuff, but like, I actually, I was lucky enough to work from home at the time. And so I never, ever got the jab ever, like none. I never, yeah. So, but cause I was so skeptical from day one, and I was like, if there's nothing that I have to do that requires me to get it, then I'm not going to get it. And I didn't. So, and like you're saying, it was for control. I mean, I really feel that. And I think it's creating a lot of resentment in your generation, which it should. Yeah. And a lot of loneliness. It's kind of desocialized you and changed your world. And like you said, it affects your future and what you're wanting to do and what you're,
Yeah.
Not to mention the massive wealth transfer to the top during all of that.
It's even like, because even now, like I'm in my early 20s now, and I'm starting to get a wider perspective of what's actually going around me. Like, once I graduated, I was like, okay, now I'm in the world, and I started to look back retroactively, and then start to take in more of what was going on. And then when I look back on COVID and stuff, like it really, like I look at it differently and stuff like that. Sometimes I'm like, if I was like knowing what I know now at that time, I feel like I would have behaved a bit differently. And on top of that, it's a thing of considering the effect that it had on, I feel like, on my generation. I think that's also one thing I think it did in a good way was it made us more skeptical of establishments and stuff. Yes. I feel like there's a lot of Gen Zers these days that are quick to question like what's mainstream these days.
Yes.
That's definitely a thing.
And I'm glad to hear it. Your generation's gonna have a lot of fighting to do, I have a feeling, when it comes to that kind of stuff. So, not to get too dark about things, but there's just the world we live in. And this is one of the reasons why I do my channel, because I want not just reminiscing for people my age, but I'd like to show you guys what life used to be like and kind of what was taken from us, because I think it can be that way again in a lot of ways, but we got a lot of fighting to do to get there. Because I mean, it used to be pretty cool to socialize and have have things to look forward to, just getting married, buying a house, having a good job, having friends, going out, like going to see a good movie or buying a great album and listening to it. Like there used to be so many things in life, and I'm trying to figure out what it is now that inspires young people and what their dreams are, because the world's kind of you guys have gotten the short end of the stick. I'm not gonna lie.
If I start speaking, like I will be here for a while. Honestly speaking, like I feel like that. I generally I feel like that. I'm living it. Like it's to say, even sometimes when I and this how it happened. It didn't even happen intentionally. This is just like even because on my channel I do. I go back in time as well and check out things, and I check out some of your stuff as well. So when I'm learning about this stuff, one of the first things that I noticed was like, wait a minute, like back then it felt as if you could do way more with your money and stuff, and you could win a lot further. And then it was a thing of like I don't know if it's just me or if a lot of Gen Zers feel this way, but I feel like now when I'm looking at the way things are now and the future, it almost feels like such an uphill battle to even get to, let's say, potentially where my parents were at the similar age. Like not to say it's impossible, but it feels like it's like you said, we got the short end of the stick. Like we have so much information, but then it's like we're in a technological advanced world, but it's like that we can't do as much with it.
Exactly. I know. No, it makes perfect sense. And I mean, when I was growing up, when I was your age, let's see, you're what, 23, 22? Is that how old you are?
22.
So I turned 23 in 2000. So 9/11 happened when I was your age, which is the thing that literally changed the world. Like before 9/11, we lived in a completely different world. And after that, all of this stuff started to change. We went from the 9/11 to we had the 2008 financial crisis, and then we had COVID. And so it's been this 25-year just descent into the world that we have now. And so, but before 9/11 happened, when I was your age, I had just graduated college. I had my pick of jobs. An apartment cost $500 a month. Crazy. Maybe you could get a 2-bedroom apartment, and me and my roommate, it was like $600 a month. So it was $300 each. And, and I'm, in 2000, my first job out of college, I made $35,000 a year.
Wow.
But my expenses were very small. I mean, you could go to, you could get a week's worth of groceries for $30 to $50.
Insane.
Probably less than that. Gas was $1 a gallon. Like you could live, and you could go out with your friends every weekend. You had money to burn, and you had, and you had things to look forward to. We all wanted to, like I said, get married and have kids and buy a house but I'm just trying to figure out, because I have an 18-year-old, he's my nephew, but I've raised him, and he just joined the Air Force. And, but I worry about that kind of stuff for you guys. And I hope and pray that, granted the world has gone nuts, but I'm just really hoping that your generation can get some good out of this. It might take 10, 15, 20 years. It might be delayed down the road.
Right.
You might be my age before you get to experience all this cool stuff, but I'm hoping that we can get through it, but it's not going to be easy to get there. But,
imagine.
Yeah.
I was just gonna add to that as well, because you basically touched on a lot of the things I feel like a lot of our generation is thinking about, especially we're getting to that age now. A lot of us graduating, we're starting to get into the real world. AI is coming. We hear talks about that.
That's the crazy one too. That's another thing.
That's what I mean. And
all the jobs that we would have done 20 or 30 years ago, those jobs are not even going to be available to you, because things are going to be taken over by AI, and it's going to be a whole new world. Now, with all this, with our digital overlords and internet overlords taking over, do you see your generation maybe pushing back to more of the getting off the computer, getting off of their phones, and experiencing the world and physical media and physical things? Do you see any kind of a push for that in your age group, or are you all still addicted to your screens?
Yeah, that's a good question. I would say there's definitely, I'm starting to see a brewing in the midst of our generation, especially not only looking back, but wanting to kind of get off social media to kind of experience the world again. I don't know what it is, but it feels, and I know maybe a lot of Gen Zers could feel the same. I know it's similar with a lot of my Gen Z friends that I'm friends with now and stuff, but there's definitely this growing. Hold on, can you hear that in the back? I don't know if that's
I can hear a little bit. Yeah. I can hear a little bit.
Yeah, there's someone, I think, mowing the lawn, and it's really loud, and it's like I can't. So if you can hear me, I hope that's not too distracting. But
you're fine.
But yeah, no, I was saying I definitely think that there's a growing desire to not only step off the internet, but to also see what's the word I'm looking for? Like
have the actual experiences, maybe, or have
because the internet almost feels these days, I think, for a lot of kids my age, it's the same thing. There's not really much ingenuity that's going on. I feel like in every space, it's almost kind of feeling monopolized in a way where it's before. I feel like when you guys were young, it's you had. Well, to be fair, you guys had not that many to pick from, but I feel like nowadays it's getting to a point where there's giants in certain spaces that are in control of the mainstream, who watches a lot of those things, and things are starting to become more mainstream, and there's not as much innovation going on nowadays, and it kind of almost feels what's the point of even being on the internet? It's a bunch of AI jargon, can't even tell what's real.
Well, that's the thing. You don't know if you're talking to an actual person or a bot, or you don't know what's real and what's not. So I really hope that your generation embraces being present in the world, and actually talking to people face to face, and going out and socializing away from screens or apps or whatever. I'm hoping, and I think that I see it a little bit in your generation, that because at some point you're going to be this is lame. Like, I want to go, like, I'll see a photo of people at like a concert or at an event, and they're all, you know, got their phones up, you know, like recording something that they'll never watch again. Right. And it's like, put your phone down, be in the moment, see the people around you, like, you know, see the world around you, see what's been built. So, you know, but yeah, this is pretty interesting conversation. I like this.
Yeah.
This is fun. This is fun. All right. Next up, I'm going to show you. I apologize for showing you my videos, but I just know that there's not going to be any copyright issues. So, TV was a big part of an 80s kid's childhood. We didn't have the internet or apps or anything. So we watched television and we listened to the radio pretty much. And we had magazines. But we watched a lot of TV, and TV sitcoms were a big deal back then. You'd have your shows that you would watch, but they were only on once a week at a certain time. And so you had to be there in front of the TV to watch your show, right? You couldn't just watch it at any time you wanted, and you couldn't binge anything. It was one episode a week at a certain time. And so you got to the point where you started like feeling like these people were your friends, because you would hang out with them every week, once a week, and you got to see them every week for years. And it was like comedy, sitcoms, or, you know, situational comedies. But we had this thing in the 80s. I don't know if you've heard of it. They're called very special episodes. And what they were was our sitcom character, like these funny, wacky sitcoms, would all of a sudden for like one episode get serious about a serious topic. And they would try to teach kids about that topic. It could be anything from abuse to drugs to, you know, all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to show you, this is my most viewed video. I got 1.7 million views on this video. It was a big deal back then, but this is some of the most memorable, very special episodes from the 80s. And this is how kids like myself learned about serious issues when you didn't get anything from your parents. You know, this is how we learned. So I'm going to show you a little bit of this video, and then we're going to play some quizzes and have some fun and laugh at each other. So
from seriousness to laughter.
Exactly.
All over the spectrum.
That's how I like to do things.
It's good. It's good. I like it.
Let's see here. Here we go.
Hello, I'm Conrad Bain. Tonight on Different Strokes, we're starting a special two-part show on a very sensitive and important subject. Now, we urge families, children, and parents alike to watch both of these informative episodes and then to discuss the problem presented, which is of deep concern to all of us.
Now, this was an opening of one of the episodes. So before the episode would start, one of the stars of the show would give you a warning. Hey, this is going to be really serious. Right. So kids should watch it with their parents, yada, yada. So that's what that was an opening to one of the most famous, very special episodes, which we're going to get to here in a minute. But that's what that was his opening of parents, be warned.
Right.
Remember when sitcoms ruled the TV airwaves when we were growing up back in the 70s, 80s, even the 90s? I do. These shows actually made us laugh. And I know the art form is on its deathbed now, but back then we spent time each and every week with our favorite characters to watch them say and do silly and crazy things, whether they were at home, at school, in the workplace, or even on a deserted island. The tone of these shows remained light and fun, for the most part. It was like comfort food for the soul. When the bulk of Gen X was being born in the 1970s, that was facts of life, by the way. I saw you got that question wrong on your quiz, on your video.
Right. Thank you for bringing that up. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. TV visionary Norman Lear began making sitcoms for an adult audience that would occasionally tackle sensitive issues like racism, sexual assault, and abortion, with a touch of comedy always added to the story. Then in the 80s, family sitcoms with a much younger audience decided to pivot to more serious content once or twice a season, usually during sweeps, and these became known as very special episodes. Sure, these episodes can appear to be cheesy and cringeworthy to modern audiences, but back then, when they were done right, these very special episodes were an absolute treat. They became an opportunity to teach valuable life lessons to Gen X kids through relatable characters. But sometimes they managed to traumatize us in the process. And they did it with a laugh track. And since I long for the days when television tried to teach us a thing or two about life with creative, family-friendly storytelling, I think this is a perfect time to take a look at some of the most well-known, very special episodes from our most favorite sitcoms that traumatized us 80s kids. Webster was a sitcom about a former pro football player and wealthy socialite, played by real-life couple Alex Karras and Susan Clark, who adopt their adorable godchild, played by Emmanuel Lewis, after his parents pass away in a car accident. Shortly into the second season, there was a scary episode where Webster accidentally burned down the family's high-rise Chicago apartment with a science kit. Whoa. There was also an episode where a kid who was living with his mom after a divorce was kidnapped by his dad. But they really went for it with a very special episode in season 2 titled The Uh-Oh Feeling. As the show begins, Webster tells his classmate Beth, played by future Days of Our Lives star Allison Sweeney, that he really likes their new math tutor named Mr. Todson. She doesn't feel the same way. As the unseen teacher dismisses the class, he tells Beth that he wants her to stay and sends Webster away.
Oh, gosh. I heard. But it's okay. My day is tomorrow. Yeah. Well, see ya. Bye.
Oh, and close the door, honey.
On his way out of school, Webster realizes he's still carrying Beth's books, so he goes back to the classroom and overhears Beth's objections to touching and tickling.
And I'm so proud of you. And now that we're friends, why not be a good little girl and give Mr. Todson a big hug?
Yeah, this is how they taught us about abuse.
Oh, what a nice hug.
Thank you. Mr. Todson, stop tickling me there.
Webster's quick thinking leads him to yell through the door to tell Beth that their ride is waiting, while Mr. Todson warns Beth not to tell anyone about their little secret, or else her parents won't like her anymore and she'll get into big trouble.
Beth, it's me, Webster. Ma'am and George outside. They came to pick us up. They said come right away. I'm coming.
Beth, this has got to be our little secret. Trust me.
This was a top-rated.
You tell your mother and dad.
Wow.
They're not going to like you anymore, and they're going to be very mad at you.
You've got to promise not to tell. But I'll get in trouble, please. Okay, I promise.
That night, at dinner with George and Ma'am, Webster wasn't interested in talking about Mr. Todson. He went so far as to fake being sick to avoid going to school the next day, and ends up terrified in his closet, refusing to go. And when Webster's found by his parents, he finally tells them about his tutor.
And then he said moms and daddies get mad, and Beth made me promise not to tell. And I did promise, and tomorrow was my turn, and today's tomorrow.
Oh, honey, I know. You must have been very scared.
As George's anger swells, Webster says he's worried about getting into trouble for telling on his teacher, but his parents assure him that he did the right thing. Then they tell Beth's mom what happened, but she refuses to believe Webster's story. Still, George and Ma'am contact the authorities, call the Center for Child Abuse, and bring in a therapist to talk to Webster and his class about good, bad, and confusing touches.
There are some touches that are good touches, and there are some touches that are bad touches, and there are some touches that are just plain confusing. You know, sometimes a good touch can turn into a bad touch, and then you start to think, I'm not sure I like this anymore. Now,
how do you know for sure when a touch is really bad?
Well, you get a different feeling inside. It's kind of a tingly little feeling that says, uh-oh. And that uh-oh feeling tells you something's wrong.
As the episode comes to an end, the National Child Abuse Hotline number is displayed. Is the episode a little cheesy? Maybe, but it was definitely informative. The therapist talking to the kids on their level at the end was a great lesson for 80s kids watching at home. So that was a very special episode of Webster. That was
serious.
So yeah, every week it's like fun and games and ha 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 and jokes, and then they throw one of these at us once a year, and it's like, whoa.
Wow, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you one of the most famous episodes ever of Punky Brewster.
Maybe the world is blind, or just a little unkind.
Punky Punky Brewster was one of those 80s kids shows that had their very special episodes on point. There was one about drugs that got super serious, and the one about the Space Shuttle Challenger still gets 80s kids to this day. But when it comes to Punky and very special episodes, there is no other image more memorable than seeing Cherry get in that refrigerator and hearing her scream for help. The episode is titled Cherry Lifesaver from season 2, and it began with Henry's old refrigerator breaking down, so he buys a new one. Meanwhile, at school, the kids are learning CPR from Mike in class, but Alan isn't interested in learning and acts up during the lesson, which results in him being sent to the principal's office. Back at Henry's, he puts his old refrigerator outside of the apartment building for the Salvation Army to pick up, and the box from his new refrigerator is placed outside for disposal. The next day, Punky and her friends are outside playing a game of hide and seek, and Henry is preparing to remove the door from his old fridge after purchasing the new one. But the project gets delayed because it starts to snow.
Hey, can you hear me? I need help!
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Ask anybody my age if they see an abandoned refrigerator somewhere, they will tell you about this episode.
Oh,
they're like,
gosh.
don't go to the fridge. Punky, Alan, and Margot are done with their game of hide and seek, but they can't find Cherry. So they tell Henry and Betty what's going on so they can help them look for her. They search the grounds high and low until the shocking moment happens. Henry and Alan find Cherry trapped inside of the old refrigerator. She's not breathing, and Alan doesn't know how to give Cherry CPR and save her because Mike kicked him out of class.
I can't. I didn't pay attention. I got sent to the principal's office.
Dear God, I don't know the procedure either.
What do we do? We can't just let her
Alan,
go.
keep calm. I need your help. First, run up to my apartment and call the paramedics. You know how to do that?
911?
Right. After you do that, find Mrs. Johnson. Go!
Cherry got trapped in the refrigerator and she's not breathing.
So he calls 911 and goes to get Betty, while Punky and Margot step in and administer CPR and successfully revive Cherry. Alan is devastated that he was unable to help and the thought of Cherry possibly dying because of him. But Henry tells Alan not to blame himself and suggests the two of them learn CPR together, having learned its value by watching the girls save Cherry's life with it. Henry also explained that he should have taken the fridge door off in the beginning before the tragedy happened. In the end, with the paramedics on the way, Cherry was feeling hungry, and Punky thinks that she's going to be just fine.
I bet we've been together.
So that was the Cherry refrigerator episode. She gets stuck in the fridge, and we have to learn how to CPR. Now, we just watched.
That's one way of delivering a lesson, you know.
I know, right? I know.
The refrigerator stocks just went down after the episode. Like nobody wanted a refrigerator anymore.
They changed the way they made fridges. You can't get locked inside anymore.
I can imagine.
Now, I hesitate to show you this last one, but I have to because it is the most famous, very special episode of the 1980s. And it's the one that we saw the guy at the very beginning introducing it and saying, parents, you got to watch this with your kids.
Okay.
So this is called The Bicycle Man from a TV show called Different Strokes. Different Strokes was about this widowed father of a daughter who his housekeeper passes away, and he takes in her children and adopts them. It was a big thing in the 80s to have adopted kids in a sitcom. Like everybody was adopting orphans. Punky was an orphan, Webster was an orphan, and Arnold and Willis were orphans. So that's what this is about. This is Different Strokes. This is called The Bicycle Man.
Now the world don't move to the beat of just one drum. What might be right for you may not be right for some.
Different Strokes was all about a millionaire widower with a teenage daughter who adopts the two children of his deceased housekeeper, which was her wish on her deathbed. The series tackled an impressive number of very special episodes during its 8 seasons. The show explored everything from drinking to drugs to teen pregnancy to eating disorders, epilepsy, and sexual assault. They even dealt with kidnapping twice, but nothing, and I mean nothing, compares to the season 5 2-part episode titled The Bicycle Man. Every 80s kid who watched this episode, I promise you still remembers it now, 40 years later. Yes. And for those of you who haven't watched it, it must be seen to be believed. You know you're in for it from the very beginning because Conrad Bain appears in a rare 20-second cold open to tell the audience that they are going to be covering a sensitive and important subject in the upcoming 2-part episode. He encourages parents to watch with their kids and to discuss the episode afterwards. It all begins innocent enough with the Drummond family visiting Mr. Horton's bike shop after renting bikes. Mr. Horton, who is played against type by the lovable Gordon Jump from WKRP in Cincinnati, and later he was the Maytag repairman, he enters the shop while juggling oranges and making jokes, making it clear that everyone loves this guy. After some begging from Arnold and a crafty sales pitch from Mr. Horton, Mr. Drummond agrees to buy Arnold a bike for his birthday. An ecstatic Arnold hugs his dad and hugs Mr. Horton. And then the bicycle man tells him that if he passes around flyers at school for a bike sale, he will throw in a free handlebar radio into the deal. Arnold is on it, and so is his best friend, Dudley. One day, before Arnold makes it into the shop, the audience sees Mr. Horton and a little boy come out of the back room. Then he gives, like I said, I hesitate to show you this, but like this is the most famous episode and everybody my age remembers it. And I mean everybody. So we're going to have some laughs after this. I don't mean to bring the Saturday afternoon vibe down here, but this was how we learned about things. So I want to show you. The boy some candy and tells him that it's their little secret. When Arnold shows up, Mr. Horton invites him to the back room, which is actually his apartment, for some ice cream. Arnold agrees and walks in to find the coolest setup an 80s kid could imagine. Toys, video games, comic books, a telescope, and there's also a peephole behind a picture near the door.
Maybe it would be best if you didn't even mention, that you came back here and that I gave you all this ice cream before dinner. Why don't we just make it our little secret?
When Arnold and Dudley arrive at the shop the next day, Horton takes them into his back room for pizza. Within seconds, they are looking at nudie magazines, drinking alcohol, and Mr. Horton has manipulated them into participating in a Tarzan-themed photo shoot with no shirt required.
Now we're going to take some pictures, and we're going to have another little sip of wine, and we're going to take some more pictures. And strike a pose for me there. Yeah, let's see what you did. Okay, that's great, guys. Guys, we're just going to have a great time together this afternoon. Huh?
Part 2 starts once again with another PSA from Bain, and then the episode continues with more grooming at the bike shop, complete with X-rated cartoons and Boston cream pie. But Arnold is now starting to get uncomfortable, and he leaves. But Dudley stays behind, and Mr. Horton thinks they're going to have even more fun with just the two of them. And then he proceeds to fill up the bathtub for a game of Neptune, King of the Sea. Back at the Drummond's penthouse, Arnold finally tells his father what's been going on, and this immediately puts Mr. Drummond on the phone with the police, and he and Dudley's dad head for the bike shop.
Look, I'm sorry, Mr. Drummond. I'm just about to close up here. I've had a little problem.
Is this Horton? Yes, it is.
I think you've got a big problem, Mr. Horton.
Now, where's Dudley? Arnold told us that he was here.
The very special episode ends with the police explaining to the Drummond family how pedos operate, and they discuss the difference between pedos and homosexuals. They also make it clear that whenever this happens, it is never the kid's fault. This episode gets pretty dark, while still managing to slip in some humor, mostly through the naivety of Arnold and Dudley. There is no doubt that the bicycle man sparked conversations all around the country back in 1983 and traumatized many Gen Xers. It's something that we still remember to this day. And that will do it for my list. Yep. So that's how 80s kids learned about really horrible things. And I apologize for putting you through that in a way. Wow, that's what we were watching as 7-8-year-old kids. So yeah.
So did you like that? Is that's and the way things were delivered back then was obviously different, right? I feel like nowadays I don't know if that would even be the approach, right? I mean, things have changed so much,
right?
But it's to say like, so for you, and because like this was big for your generation, like do you remember watching any of these specific episodes live, or And like how you felt afterwards, was it like, or was it like talked about in your school and stuff?
They were definitely talked about, because that was the thing. Like, since it was only on once a week at the same time, at the same channel, and everybody watched it together, you know, at their respective homes, but everybody was watching the same thing. And so we'd come to school the next day and we'd talk about what we watched the night before. And so everybody had watched this one. And when the very special episodes were very popular in the mid 80s, I remember being shocked by him, but we always would talk about him the next day. And it was weird. The biggest ones for me was the cherry refrigerator. That was huge. This one I didn't quite understand. I was only 6 at the time when it came out. So I didn't 100% understand what kind of was going on, but I just knew that you had to be careful around strangers, or you know, trusting someone that you don't really know, and if you feel uncomfortable. So like there was messages that came through, but as far as like impact, Sherry Refrigerator was by far the biggest one for me, and the Challenger episode as well. But yeah, I mean, they were a big deal. We talked about them a lot, and we watched them live, because you didn't have an option of watching it any other time. So yeah, it was how we learned. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know how kids today learn about adult issues. I mean, is it through their parents or through their school, or like, I don't even know how stuff is approached.
Like, I'll put it this way. I feel like I think unfortunately for a lot of the younger generation, I mean, probably even more so like Gen Alpha, like the generation below Gen Z now, are probably going to have this be more of a thing. But I think the way you learn about these things is probably through a classmate, because somehow, somewhere, you've gone on the internet in some rabbit hole and you found yourself on some crazy website.
Right. That
and
worries me.
It's so easily accessible to like find yourself in these places, and it happens so often. And then and then it's like, if you're lucky, the parents find out, and then you could talk about it. But if not, then you just won't know until, like, I don't know, something comes up.
You just don't really learn about it. Or I mean, what do you think that if something like this was done today, maybe not quite like these sitcoms, but just addressed things and told kids, you know, hey, there's situations that you could find yourself in that aren't that great, and you know, here's some resources, here are the ways to handle it. I mean, do you think something like that would work for Gen Z or Gen Alpha, or do you think they would just roll their eyes at it?
You know, I think that something like that would definitely be helpful in general. I think the part that may be hard, at least I haven't seen at the moment, maybe it is already happening, but I'm not aware, is I think it's the way it will be delivered. Like, I don't know if the older generations will be able to, like, to communicate or understand how these things are happening, and like, it'll kind of just go under the radar, or you might not catch what is actually going on. Like, because as much as you'd want to teach that lesson, it's like, I feel like if you're not understanding or aware of how these kids find themselves in these situations, like what internet forums they find themselves in, and how certain comments on certain TikTok videos lead you to, you know, make happen that way, it's like, then
that's a really good point, because everything is so segmented and fragmented, I guess I should say, when it comes to the media that we consume. So like back then there was 3 channels, and our parents could monitor what we were watching and kind of know where we were getting our influences and information from. But parents today, it's really hard to know where your kids are getting their information, what they're seeing, what they're interacting with, because it can be done so privately and secretly on different forums and different devices. So that's really interesting. Now, in the 90s, when the internet first came out, there were some very special episodes about being online and trusting, you know, who you're talking to online and stuff. And I made a follow-up video about that. So they did address some at the time, but it was still so in its infancy, the internet, that it was this kid was in a chat room and he wanted to get a video game, and this person was selling bootleg copies really cheap. And so he meets up with this guy, and it's kind of the 90s version of the Bicycle Man.
Yeesh.
And so, you know, but I go back and forth on whether or not these things are good and effective, or if they're just kind of eye-rollingly cheesy.
Right.
But yeah. So, anyways, not to bring the mood down, let's have some fun now. What do you say?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Right on. Now, I say we take some quizzes. Now, do you want to take the Gen X quiz first, or do you want me to take the Gen Z quiz first? What do you think?
I think we should start with. Oh, actually, because I'm thinking we start with the Gen Z one.
The Gen Z, okay.
Finish with the Gen X.
All right, let's see. I got a couple things. Hold on, pulled up here.
I'm even curious to see what quiz.
Right. I am too, because they're hit or miss on these things.
Yeah.
Let me get to the one I had pulled up. My videos, playlists. There we go. All right. So we're starting off with. Now I have a few different ones here. Let me pull it up so you can see what we have to choose from.
I might have to verify if it's a solid quiz as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. I need some verification. So here's what we got. We got general knowledge, Gen Z. Only Gen Z can get 40 out of 40 on this quiz. We got that one. Then we got, can you ace this Gen Z slang quiz?
Okay.
Can you guess these top 50 Gen Z celebrities? And those are the three that I found.
Okay,
so
this looks solid. I would say.
Which one do you want to do?
I want to do the 40 out of 40.
The 40 out of 40?
Yeah,
okay. All right. Let's see what we got here.
I'm so curious as to what that was.
Are you a Gen Z expert? Find out in this general knowledge quiz only true Gen Z can ace. Keep track of your answers and share your score in the comments. Let's get started.
I'm going to have to keep my score here, so I have a feeling I'm going to do poorly.
Yeah, so let me keep my score as well.
Yeah, I'm going to keep track of how many of these I get right.
Yeah, that's good. What if you had to predict so far? Like, what do you think you'd get? And your audience can do it as well.
I would say I'd probably do 50 out of 50, like 50-50, like 20 of them.
Oh, okay.
I think I would like to think that I'm kind of versed in Gen Z slang and Gen Z stuff, but I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like you might do a little bit better than I think most. Maybe
really?
The kind of stuff you check
maybe.
Out. Then again, who knows?
We'll see. Do you think you're going to get all 40 right?
It depends on how it starts, because I don't know what direction they're going with this.
Right.
So many different ways they can go. I will say, like, if it's mainstream, I should be all right. If it's more niche, I don't know.
Right. Okay. Well, let's find out. Let's see how we do.
What does no cap mean?
Okay. I think I know that this means like you're no lie.
Right.
Might be. Is that right?
Oh, you're asking. Okay, so no cap. It's like, it's yeah.
No lie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No lie. Wait, am I supposed to like reveal the answer?
I mean, I don't know. Do you want to? How do you want to do this? Do you want to just talk about each one and before we see the answer, or?
Do you know what? I think you guess.
Okay.
And then I'm probably not gonna play. And then I'll explain it afterwards if it probably go like that. Yeah.
Fair enough. All right. So I say that it's no lie. That's my guess.
The answer is B. No lie.
Explain it as well. That's fun.
All right, I got one.
What kind of videos often include creators whispering and tapping objects?
I know this one simply because I'm a content creator, but that's ASMR,
of course.
right?
Yeah. You got that one.
All right, but I don't think I would have known that if I wasn't a YouTuber.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So, but you got a little advantage in that one.
It's called ASMR.
I see what the comments are saying as well.
What payment app is commonly used by Gen Z to split bills or send money?
Okay, that's got to be an American thing. That's definitely an American thing.
That's an American thing.
Yeah.
I would think it was PayPal, but I'm gonna go with Venmo. Zelle, I think, is a banking app too. My guess I think I'm gonna go with Venmo.
Okay,
that's where I'm gonna land.
I actually don't know this one myself. I don't think it's 8 though.
Okay, so you don't think it's PayPal?
No.
Yeah, I think PayPal's more like a bank than it is like splitting. I don't know. I guess I don't know. I'm gonna go Venmo. Let's see what happens.
Seeing B's, I'm seeing sub C.
Oh yeah, what's the chat saying? Not sure if it's B or C. Misanthropic says Venmo as well. Bizak says Venmo.
Yeah, I'd probably guess Venmo as well.
Okay.
I know the one in the UK is a bit different.
I was gonna say, what kind of apps do you guys have there for? I know we have Cash App over here. I don't know if
we don't.
Y'all have Cash App.
No. We use like stuff like Monzo or Revolut. Those are the main ones that our generation use in the UK.
Gotcha. I honestly didn't realize there was a difference between countries, but I guess that would make sense. I just kind of figured. Does everybody use Venmo or PayPal? American. That's my snotty American viewpoint. Doesn't everybody do what America does?
Right.
Yay!
The answer is B. Venmo.
3 out of 3.
Free. Yeah. Free. Wow. No strong.
Which artist is known for the hit song "Good for You"?
Okay. Yeah, I know this.
Which artist is known for the hit song "Good for You"?
Almost everywhere, man. In my generation, at least.
I've never ever heard of this.
This is
the only person on this list I've even heard of is Sabrina Carpenter, so I'm gonna go with that, but I don't know if it's right or not. So I'm going with A, Sabrina Carpenter.
Interesting.
It's the only name I recognize.
Fair. You know, you're gonna go over what you know.
Yeah. Let's see how wrong I am.
Yeah, that's right.
Womp
womp. Yes. She got one wrong. I can't believe you got that wrong. How did you not know that? Oh my god. Like, what?
So this was a big song. I'm taking it at one point.
Yeah. Oh my god. I couldn't stop hearing that song. Like I don't like the song because of how much I heard it.
Really? So where do you listen to music? Is it Spotify or satellite radio? Like where do you find your music?
Yeah, for the most part, it'll be Spotify. But for those who don't have a subscription, I don't know. It's so easy to like spoof it from somewhere, or like there's so third-party apps, or you just go on YouTube and you just I don't know. Like,
how do you discover artists? Like, because like, you know, when I was growing up, we could it was basically what was played on the radio or what your friends were listening to. Like, how do you find new music, or how do you find the music that you listen to?
Right. Well. For most Gen Zers, will probably be TikTok. Like you'll see in a 5-6 second clip, and all of a sudden that, like, if a song does well on TikTok, you know it's going to do well on the chart, especially amongst our generation. Like that's where they find a lot of kids these days. They talk about their top songs. 9 out of 10 times, 9 out of them out of the 10 are going to be TikTok songs.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. I've never been on TikTok, so I don't know.
Wow.
I mean, I've seen TikTok videos like on X or whatever, people post them, and but I don't have TikTok on my phone, and I've never used it. So, but that's interesting. I know it's the app of your generation.
Yeah.
Do you think that it will ever go away, or do you think TikTok will be like just a part of your generation for like years to come?
That's a good question, because you know you guys lived through a lot of changes of technology and stuff, and
right.
At the moment, for the most part, so YouTube has been a big change, but then that's been consistent for most of our lives, and then TikTok came out of nowhere after Musical.ly. Unless there's like another app that does even more. I don't know what's after TikTok, because I feel like TikTok will stay for a while. It will just be a thing of Gen Zers are aging out of that kind of content. They just don't prefer to listen to it. I think that what we might see is Gen Zers going back to the good old days to see what was going on back then, because what's going on now is getting a bit redundant.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how that develops, especially with AI coming into, like, I can't even tell sometimes with AI videos if it's real or not anymore. And I hate that. I hate that so much. I hate that so very much. All right, I got one wrong. That's okay.
Yes.
I'm not perfect. Okay, here we go.
C. Olivia Rodrigo.
Fine, what's better?
Who is known for silently reacting to complicated life hack videos with simple solutions?
Who is known for silently reacting to complicated life hack videos with simple solutions? I have no idea. Isn't Mr. Beast the one that does all the big, like, he does really big videos with challenges and I don't know.
Yeah, he definitely does do that.
So that doesn't sound like silently reacting to complicated life hack videos. I have absolutely no idea. I'm just going to randomly blindly guess. Let's see. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'm going to say B, Zach King, but I have no idea.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo is.
Yeah, I eeny, meeny, miny, mo'd it.
The answer is A, Kabi Lame.
I've seen this guy. I've seen this guy before.
Yeah, I think he's either number 1 or 2 on TikTok, like subscribers, so followers wise. He's big, huge.
I don't know how. I guess somebody must have posted one of his videos on X and it came into my feed. But like, that's
X,
funny.
Wow,
yeah,
that's how you saw that. Wow, okay,
yeah, that's the only platform I use besides YouTube is X.
Wow. No, so do you not use Facebook as well? Because I feel like people.
I mean, I have a Facebook that I use to keep in touch with like my friend, like my high school friends or people that I know, but I never like actually use it. I just have it just in case I need to contact somebody.
That is so interesting.
Yeah, I stopped using it I'd say about 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, and I have an Instagram, but it only gets posts from my Facebook, so it doesn't.
I see.
So I don't post on there, but I use it to communicate, obviously.
Right.
But yeah, I don't actually actively use anything other than X or YouTube.
Just a quick question then, because I'm gonna answer. I was gonna say, like, do you think most of your generation uses like the same, or do you think they're using like more newer day apps and stuff?
I would say that my generation's definitely still using Facebook, but it drives me nuts because like it's all ads and slop to me at this point. Like there's like I don't get a lot of like actual posts from people that I know. Like it's all this weird. I don't know. The experience for me really tanked. It wasn't the way it was back in 2009, 2010. So, but that my generation's definitely still on Facebook, and I know that a lot of the females my age use Instagram. I don't.
Okay.
But that's all I really know. I'll have to ask the people in the chat. What platforms are you guys on? What social media do you guys use? And please give us your age or your birth year or some kind of idea of how old you are.
Right. I mean, I'll probably be able to tell by the answers. I'll be able to have a good guess. Yeah, definitely not a Gen Z on that one.
Yeah, let's see.
No.
Mashika says deleted everything besides YouTube where I don't use my picture or name 4 years ago. Was going to be temporarily and then it just felt great. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I lied. I lied. I started a Discord not long ago. So because you can stream things and there's no YouTube copyright police. So we can have watch parties over there.
Is there no copyright on Discord?
Yeah. So if you start a Discord, I started my own Discord server and then we have watch parties. We're having one tonight. We're going to watch a movie from the 90s.
That's pretty cool.
Tonight.
That's actually pretty cool.
So I do use Discord for that.
I see.
So yeah.
And just for anyone wondering, sorry, like I think the more modern, the common apps for Gen Zers now are definitely TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, X maybe a little bit, but yeah, that's the main. Nobody uses Facebook. Nobody uses. Maybe like 1 or 2 people use Facebook, but that's like
I figured
rare.
It's for the old people, which makes sense.
I'm glad you said it.
But no, it's true. But I mean, you go with the one that was kind of created in your time. Like Facebook was created. Well, I was 30 years old before Facebook was created, but like before Facebook, we had MySpace. And have you ever heard of MySpace?
Heard of it, never.
Yeah.
Interactions.
So we had 2 things. We had MySpace and we had Friendster. Friendster was like the precursor of Facebook. Yeah. It was like a way to connect with friends online. And that was probably like 2002, 2003, maybe.
Wow.
And before that, we had like Yahoo and AOL chat rooms. So you would just go into rooms and start talking. Like there were rooms that were like themed about like, you know, sports or TV or whatever, and you'd go into these chat rooms and then you'd start talking to people. And so that was before we had any social media platforms. And so that's how you'd meet people online, was through chat rooms. So but you'll age out of stuff, or that platform will age with you, and then the people behind you won't use it. So, you know, that's what's happening with Facebook. And I think that'll probably end up. Do you know if Gen Alpha uses TikTok, or is that strictly a Gen Z thing?
They live on that.
They live on it. Oh,
at least with Gen Z, it was like, you know, YouTube was a big influence, and TikTok, some Vine, Musically, well, some people know those. But Gen Alpha, TikTok was number one for them, 100%.
Wow. That is just crazy. All right.
And then their kid shows are probably YouTube Kids as well, which is another thing.
Well, that's the other thing. Oh, I saw you watch a Mr. Rogers video on your channel, and we could do a whole stream about Mr. Rogers. Mr. Rogers raised my generation, like raised us. That man, everybody watched his shows every day when we were kids, and he was on from like 68 to like 2000. So he raised my entire generation. You can talk about a fantastic kids show. Mr. Rogers was the man. It's interesting. What kind of kids shows did you have? I think I might have asked you this before, but what kind of stuff did you watch when you were a kid? Did you watch actual shows?
Yeah. I think I when I was watching kids show, this was like just before it was like, I only got a little bit of, you had to watch it at a certain time, like
right.
But then for the most part, I was able to watch it whenever. But for my kids shows, it would be a lot of Nickelodeon stuff.
Good.
Like
that was created when I was little.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we watched a lot of Nickelodeon as kids.
Right. Well, back when there was like a silver ball or something in the design, and then all I know now is like a splash. But
the slime.
The slime, yeah. I was watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Scooby Doo.
Okay.
And then I also had
that stuff from my year.
But I didn't even know that was like, I was watching some of that Power Rangers, I used to spam Power Rangers, and then
my era.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, Power Rangers was huge in the early 90s.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that. And then there was some more, like I grew up a little bit, started watching like Wizards of Waverly Place.
Okay.
Henry there's a lot of American shows that we watch in the UK, especially like Henry Danger.
Okay.
My Life with Zach and Cody, Jesse, Good Luck Charlie, those kinds of shows. Disney.
A lot of Disney and Nickelodeon. Gotcha. That makes sense. So you got in on the very end of the Disney Kids.
The end.
You know, the big boom of that. Right on. Cool. Yeah, that was. I love me some. We had some really good kids shows growing up, and so I get sad for kids today when I see some of the stuff that kids are watching. I'm just like, sensory overload, too much. Like, everybody calm down. Let's watch Mr. Rogers. All right. Next question.
What HBO show explores the lives of high school students dealing with trauma, love, and addiction?
I know this one. This is Euphoria. C. Yep.
That would be C. Euphoria.
Yeah.
The show is nuts. If that's what high school is like, I feel really sorry for that generation.
Right.
What platform is best known for photo dumps?
I'm gonna assume Instagram.
Yeah, I would say Instagram. Yeah,
Okay.
It is Instagram. It has to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
The correct answer is A. Instagram.
Yeah. Flying through.
Yep.
If someone says bet, what are they saying?
I think that's okay. Got it. I think that's what that means. Like bet. Like we're like like got it. It's not no thanks. I don't think, and that's on you. I think it's B.
Okay.
I think. Okay. I hope. Otherwise,
we missed straight on that one. Let's see if you got that one.
Okay. Everybody's saying B in the chat.
Yeah. Yeah, nah, you got it.
They are saying B.
Nice.
Okay, got it.
Yay!
Bet. Say that all the time.
What 2023 live action show adapted a legendary pirate anime?
What 2023 live action show adapted a legendary pirate anime? I know absolutely zero about anime. Like, I know nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too versed in anime myself, so
Okay.
I actually don't know for sure this one.
Okay, I'm gonna guess A, Naruto, but that is a just 100% guess. If I get it right, I'm lucky.
Fair. I don't know this one. I would go with A as well.
Okay,
Or
let's see what
C. Or C. Actually, I'll go
Or
with C. Just I'll go C just to not be the same.
Okay, sounds good.
But it's between A and C for me.
That was C. One Piece.
Way to go!
I knew it.
Good job.
What does Gen Z often use to make short video edits with transitions and sounds?
Oh, okay. If you get this, I'm curious if you get this. Actually, you might. Actually, I don't know.
This is a total guess, only because I've seen this word on videos before. I think it's CapCut B, but that's only because I've seen it. I've seen it somewhere. I've never seen Lightroom or Snapseed, so I'm gonna go with B, CapCut. And let's see.
They tend to use B, CapCut.
I use that all the time. Not anymore.
You use it all the time? I've never used it, like, obviously. But I've seen it at the end of videos before that I've seen on X before. But rarely. It's very rare, but I have seen it. So
very, and that goes hand in hand with TikTok as well, because a lot of the TikTok videos are made from CapCut.
Okay, that makes sense. I always wonder how they made some of those videos. Like, I know that they do there's a word for it. Okay, I'm gonna sound like such an old person, but oh my god, please don't laugh too much at me. There's this I can't even believe I'm gonna ask this. There's this thing in videos where they say like "sitch incoming" or "stitch incoming" or something like that. What does that mean?
That's so funny when they announce the stitch. Yeah, man.
So what is a stitch? What does that mean?
It's pretty much like someone's gonna like talk over. It's like a collaboration of a video. So someone will play a video that's not theirs from someone else. Stitch incoming means the actual creator is of the channel that is re-uploading that video is gonna now talk or now say something.
It's kind of like a reaction to something, or like you
put it in the better words than I. Yeah, that's exactly.
Okay, no, that's okay. Okay. Lounge Singer says, "I'm so old, I don't even know what you're referencing."
Now you know how I feel. Now you know how I feel. And every day on my channel, I put myself through this. Every day. And I still
That's gotta be
don't know.
so crazy. I can't imagine. Well, this is why I wanted to do this Gen Z quiz, because I know I'm so good at putting you on the spot about you don't remember this, but like there's a whole world that I don't know about. So it's just weird to try to wrap my mind around something that's so common for younger people, but is like so foreign to me. And so that makes sense. So the stitch incoming means that this is the video. Stitch incoming means that I'm about to tell you my reaction to it or my take on it or whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. I've learned something today. Thank you.
Nice.
All right. Next question.
You're doing quite. Are you still
What
keeping
does
track of-
slaps mean?
Yeah, I have. Let's see. We're on question
like-
11. I've gotten 7 right out of the 10 that
Yeah,
we've
you're
seen
doing
so
pretty
far.
well. You're doing
So
pretty well.
that's a C. That's a passing grade. So I'm good on that so far. We'll see how it goes.
Talking about a song.
Okay. If slaps doesn't mean it's amazing, then I'm definitely using it wrong. I think it slaps means that it's amazing. I hope so. C. Yes. Okay. Good.
It's C.
Nice.
Amazing.
You're using it right. I don't know why you're using it, but I'm guessing you're using it right.
I use it as a joke. I'll, like in a live stream, I'll be like, "Oh, that song slaps," as the kids say, but I don't know if I'm using it right.
No, that's good. That's great. That's great. that almost felt weird because I felt like I was talking to one of my Gen Z friends. I was like, wait a minute, why is she talking like us right now? What's going on?
There's another one. Do you guys still use the word banger? That's a banger. Is that still a thing for, or is that old? Is that
kind of
old
aged
slang?
out a little. We used to.
Okay.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
Oh, that's another thing. You'll see slang like that, like come and go, and it's funny.
Yeah.
One day you'll use a word that's all of a sudden like out, and it's like, wait, what?
Right.
I didn't know what the new thing was.
What artist is known for the song As It Was?
Oh, I know this one.
I have absolutely no idea. Now, I will say that all of these three people here were members of One Direction. I know that much because I raised my niece, and my niece was the age for One Direction, but I have no idea who sang As It Was. I'm gonna guess C. Niall. I have no idea.
Yeah, nah, it's B.
It was Harry
Styles. It's B.
This
Harry
was
Styles.
everywhere.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
What has happened to Harry, and why is he wearing those clothes?
Oh yeah. As it was indeed.
As It Was. Okay, so Harry Styles is As It Was. Okay, womp womp. I got another one wrong.
Yes. Yeah.
Hey,
I love it.
I've got 8 out of 12 so far, so I'm hanging in there.
Nice. So far, I think I've gotten all of them. I had to guess.
You got all of them? Yeah. You're supposed to get 40 out of 40. You're Gen Z.
Right. Wait. That's exactly
What phrase refers to Gen Z's online trend of publicly calling out wrongdoing?
What phrase refers to Gen Z's online trend of publicly calling out wrongdoing? Well, that's got to be cancel culture. I can't imagine it would be anything else. I hope this is gone. I hope you Gen Z kids stop with the cancel culture. I think that's what it is. I think it's B.
Yeah.
The answer is B. Cancel culture.
Yeah.
Yay!
Comments getting that one.
Which animated series follows siblings Dipper and Mabel in a mysterious town?
Dipper and Mabel in a mysterious town. No idea. Do you know this one?
Oh, I believe it's A.
Gravity Falls.
It's A, but I didn't watch those as much. This is the thing with Gen Z, like it depends on what you watch. I believe
right.
It's A.
Gotcha. So you think it's Gravity Falls?
Yeah. What would you guess? Are you gonna? I could be wrong.
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna go Gravity Falls because I'm gonna trust. I'm gonna trust my Gen Z co-host here. So I'm gonna go Gravity Falls.
Wait, if it's wrong, that is so funny.
Yay!
Yeah, okay. That's A. Gravity Falls.
However, I'm not gonna count that in my correct score because I totally just copied off of you.
Right.
Good job.
What does snatch mean in Gen Z fashion slang?
Oh, snatch.
Snatched.
I'm so curious to see where you go with this.
It's got to be like our slang where it means kind of the opposite of what you would think it means. So I'm going to go with on point. But part of me thinks it could be ruined, but
right.
I think I'm going to go, fashion. If it's fashion, if it's snatched, I'm going to go on point. I'm going to go C, but I'm not comfortable with that answer.
Okay. Chat seems divided on this one. Nice.
It means C.
Nice.
On point.
Yep.
Looking very effective and stylish.
I'm very surprised you got that.
I got lucky because I was leaning towards A, but like I said, it a lot of our references or a lot of our slang was always kind of the opposite of what you would think it would be. So like something was bad or something was fat or something, you know, like, or something was sick, like that. Those were all good things. So, you know, so that's kind of was my thought process.
Right.
But
Okay.
I got lucky with that one.
It worked.
I got lucky. All right, here we go.
Which app lets users scan physical items and try on clothes virtually?
This is a girl
you know
thing.
This?
This
This
is
is a girl thing.
This is such a girl Gen Z thing.
Well,
I do
that
not
would
know.
make sense if it was a girl thing. You know, I'm sure a lot of guys like to try clothes and makeup using AI, but I can see how it would be a girl thing.
Right.
I can't imagine it would be called Try It Dress Up. That sounds like something for a 5-year-old. Who knows? You Can't Makeup. You Can't Makeup sounds like just too, I don't know, too descriptive. It does. I don't know. I'm gonna go with A. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Depop. I'm gonna go with A, but I have no idea. All right, let's see. I'm probably wrong on this one.
The answer is C. You can make.
That just seemed too on the nose.
Right. No, right. I hear it. Dude,
like surely it has some kind of fancy name, is you know.
Yeah. No, I probably would have guessed what you guessed if I was in your shoes as well.
Yeah. Right on.
Yes, to see.
I didn't humiliate myself too much.
What's a common Gen Z phrase for taking time to recover mentally?
Are you guys taking mental health days?
It is a thing. It is a thing.
Taking time to recover mentally. You have a phrase for that?
I think I know. I don't personally have a day like this.
Okay.
And I don't call it any of these things. But
Okay.
I think I know which one it is.
Okay. Let's see what the chat says.
I don't even think. I'll be.
I think I'm gonna go with mental health day, but that just sounds so weird. It is.
Oh, you got it.
It's B. A mental health day.
Yeah.
A mental health day.
Yeah.
You guys need to take a mental health day and watch some very special episodes from the 80s. It can help you.
Right. Not bad shot. Not bad shot.
Oh, Be Heart, also known as Treat Yourself. Now I like that better. That's from a TV show called Parks and Recreation. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but it's a great show. And there was 2 characters that once a year would have a day called Treat Yourself. And so they would go out, they'd take the day off work, and they'd go shopping and go to the salon and get manis and petties. And it was called Treat Yourself.
Wow.
All right, next up.
Who went viral on TikTok with ABCDEFU?
Do you know this?
I think by process of elimination I know this, but
okay. That doesn't sound like a Billie Eilish song, but I don't know a lot of Billie Eilish songs, to be honest. I just know the name. I've never heard of A or C, so I have no idea who these people are. I'm gonna go A, Gail. I have no idea who that is.
yeah,
but we'll see. We'll see.
I would have gone with A as well. So I don't think it's obviously, but I don't know. I actually don't know.
Okay.
This one I don't know.
Hey, Gail, hold on.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
It was
Yeah,
A.
you got it.
Gail.
Nice.
I feel bad making that a point. I'm going to put it a point on my score, but I feel bad about it, just so you know, because I totally
you can. Well, I hear it, yeah, but you know what? You got it. You got it. You guessed right. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. And I didn't even say mine until after you said yours. So.
Right on. Okay, cool. My kitty cat's just come up from his nap. I think he wants to eat. Hold on, buddy. All right, we're gonna do this. We're not even halfway through this quiz. I probably should speed up a little bit.
Yeah,
Which
probably.
iPhone features lets users exchange info by tapping phones?
Well, this is sad because I actually have an iPhone and I have no idea.
Yeah, and this one I think is wrong. I'll be so honest. I don't think any
Okay.
of those are right.
It could be either any of these. I've never exchanged info tapping phones. I'm going to assume it's sync drop, but I thought it was. Isn't there like airdrop? I don't know. Sync. I'm going to go B sync drop.
Actually,
I don't know if that's.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's name drop.
Name drop.
The answer is A. Name drop.
Oh, that's what that is. Okay, I actually didn't know that was what it's called. I don't call it that.
Okay, what do you call it?
I don't even have a word for it. I
You
just
have a
say
word
like,
for it? Just tap your phone. I need your stuff. I need your info.
Yeah, yeah. Fair.
If someone is
pressed, what are they feeling?
I'm gonna say anxious. That seems to work.
They are feeling C. Upset.
No, that's upset. If someone said they're pressed, that's terrible. Like they're fuming. They're having a
I've
long
never
day.
heard this ever.
That's really okay. Anxious.
Yeah, I had no idea. That's really funny.
Which Gen Z artist became famous for emotional ballads like Heather and Maniac?
I've never heard of any of these people. I've never heard of Heather or Maniac is a song from the 80s that I know. But it's not an emotional ballad. I'm gonna say Conan Gray. I have no idea who any of these people are. Do you know? Do you know the answer to this?
This is the only one that I actually don't know. Like at all.
Okay.
This is not my kind of music, probably.
Not your kind of music. Okay. Oh, shut up.
It was
okay. That's
Conan
not
Gray.
Yeah, I was not getting that.
I'm not putting that in my score because that was dumb that I got that right.
Yeah. Skip that one.
What anime features a fire-wielding swordsman named Rengoku?
Let's go with Naruto again. I have no idea. Do you know?
I've seen. Yeah, I know the one. Yeah,
okay.
I think it's B. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
The answer is B.
Such
Demon
a
Slayer.
cold anime as well. I love
really?
Cold means rad. Yeah.
I've heard. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Thank you for explaining. I wouldn't have been 100% on what that meant.
Let's make sure.
Which rapper made headlines with a pink outfit and viral dance for Barbie World?
Do you know this one? Which rapper made headlines with a pink outfit and viral dance for Barbie World?
I haven't seen the video, but I think I know who it is.
Well,
I'll say it afterwards.
Okay. I will go with Nicki Minaj. I have no idea.
I was gonna say A as well, but I don't.
Okay.
I haven't seen the actual video.
It was A. Nicki Minaj.
I didn't actually realize it was from Barbie. That's
gotcha.
Which browser extension is popular among Gen Z for saving money with coupon codes?
I know this one.
Hold on, Dale. Give me just a minute, bud. Yeah, after this quiz is over, we're gonna have to wrap things up because my animals are yelling at me. We've already been doing this for 2 hours, which is insane.
Time flies.
I know, right? I feel like we've been on here for like 30 or 40 minutes.
Right.
Okay, which browser extension is popular among Gen Z for saving money with coupon codes? I'm gonna go Honey. I have no idea. I've heard of Honey, but I don't know if that's it. Hey!
That's right. B. Honey.
Wow. I didn't think he'd get that one.
I know. I'm impressed with myself.
What app did Gen Z use before TikTok that also featured short looping videos?
That was Vine, wasn't it?
Yeah, but technically no. Yes, they will say Vine,
Correct
but
answer
it was
is A. Vine.
Technically, actually, no, they're right. They're right.
Okay.
I'm thinking of something that was more niche. So technically, they're right.
Which YouTube star is also a professional boxer and known for calling out other influencers?
I think that's Jake Paul. I think. Wasn't he the one that tried to fight Tyson or fight somebody?
The correct answer is C.
Okay, yes,
Jake
you're
Paul.
aware. You're aware. Okay, yeah, definitely Jake.
Yeah.
Troublemaker.
What does FOMO stand for?
Now I know this one. It's fear of missing out.
Is that even a Gen Z thing? Is that a Gen Z thing?
Yeah, I don't think it is. I think this is definitely this predates Gen Z. I think this is more of a millennial term.
Yeah.
FOMO and YOLO kind of emerged at the same time.
I see.
Were you around for YOLO?
Yeah, that was a throwback. I can't remember last time I said YOLO.
You're welcome.
Yeah, now I feel old now. Thank you.
That was probably a good 10 years ago when YOLO came out. Yeah. Yeah. I know, it's crazy, right? But yeah, this is fear of missing out. I confidently answered that one.
Yeah.
It stands for B, fear of missing out.
Comments got that one.
Yep.
What does I'm him mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm him. Oh God, I have no idea. Chat, help me out. What does I'm him? Okay, Lounge Zinger. They're telling me A. I'm the best. Okay, that seems to be A. Okay, I'm gonna go with my people. I have used the lifeline, and I'm going. You probably don't
use the lifeline.
Do you get the reference?
That's funny. Yeah, I got that.
Game show Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and you had 3 lifelines, and
yeah.
I have asked the audience on this, and I am going. I'm him. Okay, I'm the best. Okay, A.
And the answer is. Ding, ding, ding.
Yay!
It means A. I'm the best.
I'm him. Yeah, that's yeah.
Thank you for demonstrating that.
What does bussin'
I wasn't
mean?
quite sure how that would go about how that would be said. Okay, I'm him. Okay, gotcha.
Very
like with
passionate.
confidence. Yeah, like,
you have to say it with conviction.
Okay,
I'm
gotcha.
him. Yeah, that's how you gotta say it.
I like it. Okay, what does bussin' mean? What does bussin' mean? Okay, Dale, hold on, baby. I have no idea. They're telling me A. Is it delicious? Okay, we'll go A.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yay!
This means
Bussin'.
A. Delicious.
That's a good word. That food
Okay.
was bussin'.
Oh, food was bussin'. Okay.
What haunted
See,
filter?
in my world, bussin' mean like in the food context, bussin' means to clear off a table. If you're bussing a table, you clear it off.
Yeah, makes sense.
Your job as a busser, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't know that. I did not know that at all.
Huh.
Okay, and we do have a super chat. Do you mind if we take like a 3-minute break real fast, or like a
let's do it.
5-minute break,
Let's do it.
and then we'll come back and finish the quiz, and we have a super chat to get to. And if there's any other people that want to put in a super chat, for us to watch something, I can probably stick around till 3:00 my time. That's another hour at the most. But anybody else has some super chats to put in? Yeah, okay. So we're gonna take a 5-minute break, and here I'm gonna play my signature song. This is a song that has no copyright, so I always play it during my breaks.
I think you played it last time.
Yeah, I probably did.
Yeah. I was like, she found the one song on YouTube that doesn't have copyright. Wow, lucky.
I did. I found the one song on YouTube that has no copyrights. So we'll be back in 3 minutes and 56 seconds. All right. I'll see you guys in just a bit.
What you gonna do for my love? Just can't get
take me for a funky ride. Yes, we'll outdo anything for your loving. But on a serious step, are you qualified? Just can't get enough. Talk to me. First thing in the morning, I'll be at your door. You will. They're just waiting, hesitating, always wanting more. What can it be? You and me. Why you wanna make it so tough? All day long and all night strong. Just can't get enough. Honey, if you let me start you up, we can begin. I'll play your game every time. Baby, won't you let me win? Do anything for your loving. Would it break you to make me your girl forever? Do anything for your loving. Or would you sing me off like a third-class letter? Do anything for your loving. Would you wine and dine until the break of dawn? Do anything for your loving. Would you turn me on and on and on? Just can't get enough. Talk to me. You got to know the way I feel. It's for real. It's everlasting. Forever. Just can't get. But if you go, you'll never know. I just want this thing cool. What's your answer?
Tell me what you need and I'll take heed and lead you in the right direction for affection. See what I'm saying? I ain't playing. Stop delaying, girl, and make me your natural selection.
Crazy. I don't know about you, but I think I like you. Do anything for your loving. Yes, I'll do anything for your loving, baby. Anything. First thing in the morning. Love you so much. Anything for your loving, baby. Yes, I will. Could you find the time to make me yours? Take me out and rock the floor. Give me every little bit of your love's what I said. Make it smooth to the groove like sandwich bread. It's you for me, me for you. There's not one thing I would do. Yeah, I'd do most anything. You and me, we were made to swing. Swing. I like that. Just can't get enough. I wanna be your baby. Just can't get enough.
All right. Jay's not back quite yet. Hey there.
Hello.
All right. Appreciate the break there. I had to get some animals fed.
Right.
And get a fresh beverage.
Oh,
Yes. I know, right? All right. Okay, back to the quiz we go. This is fun. I'm having a good time with this.
I'm glad you are. I'm glad.
Yeah, I hope you are too.
Yeah, no, this is fun. This is fun. Seeing the way you are answering.
Good deal. All right, up next. What haunted
did creators use to fake
What haunted filter did creators use to fake ghost sightings? What haunted filter? Do you know this one?
No, but again, it's gonna have to be a process elimination from what I'm thinking.
I can't imagine it'd be night vision. Reality Ripple sounds kind of silly. I'm gonna go motion blur. Wait, what haunted filter or Reality Ripple? Let's see. I'm gonna go motion blur. I'm gonna go A.
Ghost sightings.
I don't know, but I would have guessed C.
You would have guessed C? Okay.
I don't know. Yeah.
Good job.
Reality Ripple.
Only because the other two I think I'm somewhat familiar with. I don't think it's
Which TikTok artist became famous for her raw emotional song, If I Were a Fish?
If I Were a Fish? Do you know this?
What? Who's that? I don't even know. Is this even Gen Z?
I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't heard of this one.
None of this looks familiar to me. Yeah.
Even me, none of that looks familiar to me either.
Mashika's happy not to know. I'm kind of with you there. If I were a fish.
This might be Gen Alpha. I don't know.
A raw emotional song called "If I Were a Fish." I have no idea. I'll say A, but I don't know if that's right. And I'm not gonna take a point even if it is.
Yeah, no, I'll go with A as well, but I don't know. I have no clue. Never heard If I Was a Fish.
That was C. Koruk.
I don't even know if that's Gen Z. That might be Gen Alpha. I've never
Gen
heard
Alpha. It's the youngest of Gen Z, or the oldest of Alphas. Yeah,
probably, yeah.
You'll start to notice that even in your generation, that the ones that were, born in the late 90s, early 2000s are way different from the ones born in the 2010s.
Right,
Even if you're in the same generation. We go through that all the time with Xers.
Really?
Yeah, big difference between somebody born in 1965 than somebody born in 1977. So, with the way technology changes so fast and stuff that's popular.
Yeah, what's the meaning of touch grass?
Go outside. I actually use this. I hope it means go outside because that's how I use it.
Yeah. That's a funny one.
Go outside.
That is like one of the biggest, like on all the games, chat rooms. If someone tells you to touch grass, yeah, it's an insult.
Yeah.
Man. Like, go outside. It's like saying get a life, right? Like,
you should have a spin-off channel called Touch Grass where you just go outside and do stuff outside.
That's a good idea. That'll be revolutionary for my generation who haven't seen it in person. So
exactly, I'm going to go do things in person with actual physical objects.
That's actually fun. The first Gen Z to touch, free in real life. It feels real.
JayFlex touches grass.
And it gets a bunch of dislikes by Gen Z because they're all like, go back inside, man. Like, what are you doing outside?
Back on your screens.
Why are you outside right now?
Thank you for the Tip a Different View podcast. I really appreciate it. And I know we do have a super chat to get to. I promise Jabbar will get to it as soon as this quiz is over. Now you said we don't have to talk about this if you don't want to, but you said you were going to maybe do some different things with your channel when you get back to it, when you get back home. Do you want to talk about that at all?
We can get into a little bit, so I'm just thinking of like pivoting a little bit, like because with a lot of the reactions I've done going back in time, I feel like I not that I know there's so much I need to figure out, but it's like I've got like a good general gist of the main things. I kind of want to go a little bit deeper and kind of start doing more series based things and doing more deep dives and then giving my kind of perspective on some of those things. So yeah, like it's not really going to be reactions as much. It's going to be more like commentary, storytelling, and then a bit of perspective.
Gotcha. That's awesome. Are you gonna be doing doing like old school stuff, or gonna be like more about what's happening now, or things that you're into now? Like what kind of topics do you see yourself diving into?
I think a little bit of both. Like or I might even mix the two, depends. Like I'm still kind of in the works of it. Like for instance, let's say something that was popular back in the day. I'll go back in time, learn about it, even through these videos and stuff. Maybe ask you a couple questions.
Right.
And then once I kind of understand what the story is, give my take on kind of how something like that could be viewed today from a more Gen Z lens and stuff like that, or maybe some of the things we take from those things and how that can influence us. That kind of approach.
I like that. Yeah. I think that's a good pivot. I understand. Like it's after a while, like with YouTube, when you're doing one thing for a while, and after it feels like you want to do something else because like you keep doing the same thing over and over again, or like you're wanting to expand a little bit. And I totally get that. I'm trying to do a little bit of that myself, trying to figure out what I want to do, because I don't like to do, I don't want to do list videos forever or whatever. I like to do a little bit more commentary, but some of those videos take a lot longer to produce, and it can be really difficult because you got to go and find the clips of stuff that you're you're talking about, and edit them in a way that doesn't get a copyright claim, and but it can be a lot more fulfilling, and so I'm looking forward to see what you come up with. I'm looking forward to that, and if there's any way I can help out or whatever, just let me know. I'm looking forward to it.
You might be getting a text from me.
Sounds like a plan. Thank you, Mashika. I appreciate that.
Love your essays.
Yeah. See, my people. Okay. Lounginger is asking this, and this is a good question. Have you been getting whacked the last 3 months in traffic and subs like this channel? My channel has tanked in the last 3 months. I used to get like 100,000 to 300,000 views a video, sometimes up to 1 million. And lately, I'm struggling to get to 5,000 views on a video. So, have you seen issues with your channel the last 3 months?
I would say the last 3 months is a bit difficult because I have been in the US and I've been a bit distracted.
Right,
but
and you haven't been putting out as much stuff.
Yeah, and I know especially because I'm more in the reaction space. It's kind of like if you're not posting like every day, you're like, you can fall out the algorithm, and then your views won't go as far. But I will say, from even the videos that I have posted, aside from the fact that I've been taking breaks, I would say I've noticed like there's not as much of like a push that I feel like I would have usually have gotten from certain videos, and I have heard that this is similar of other people that I know that have channels as well.
Okay. Yeah, because I currently have about 73,000 subscribers, but my videos are getting like 20,000 impressions. It's like, how do you only get 20,000 impressions when you have 73,000 subscribers?
Yeah.
I'm not even showing them to my subscribers. And it's like, wait a second. Now, I did get put on probation for 90 days because I got a copyright. I was streaming something in a members only chat. I streamed too much of it and I got a warning and put on probation for 90 days so I don't get a strike. So I'm wondering if it was just that's caused it, or if it's like just a channel wide thing or a network wide thing.
It might be. I'll tell you something, because one time I remember I did a video that did well. Like, it was one of my more popular videos, like over 100K or whatever it was. And then I remember I had it got restricted. And it was one of those videos I was going back in time and I was checking out like what life used to be like, and it got restricted. And I remember I started to get my my rating approval dropped.
Yes.
So, like, when you're turn on a video for monetization, I don't know how much the view was, and you all know probably what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, when you're posting it, real quick for people, those that don't know, when you post a video as a YouTuber and it's a monetized video, you have to give it a rating on your own that it doesn't have harmful content or violent content, and you have to basically you're making a promise that it doesn't have any of this stuff in it. Right. But then if they go through it with an AI and say, "Oh yeah, it does," we're going to restrict it. And then it restricts the money you can make on it. So please go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yes. Pretty much. So that happened like a few times. And then I know that from that point onwards, it felt as if my videos weren't going as far as what they usually did.
Right.
So I don't know if it's sometimes where it's like, if you're not in YouTube's good books, you know what I'm saying? Then it might be something, or maybe they've changed the algorithm a little bit, and it could be
I think they have. I feel like they have. I know that they added a lot. They've started a lot more commercials and stuff lately. I have YouTube Premium, so I don't get commercials. Same. But I've gotten some comments from people that are like, "Why are there so many commercials in your videos?" I'm like, "It's not my fault."
Yeah,
YouTube does that.
Yeah, that's all automatic.
Right on. All right, let's finish up this quiz.
Yep.
Which series follows a group of misfit superheroes raised by the same father figure?
I would assume it's The Boys, but that's the only one I've ever heard of. And I know it has superheroes in it, but I don't know for sure. Oh, it looks like.
Sorry, I would have said The Boys, but then I don't think they were raised by the same.
Yeah, I've never watched it, so I just know they have superheroes. The chat is saying, "See the Umbrella Academy."
I don't know this one.
Yeah, I don't know this yet. I'm going to say The Boys, but I see what the chat is saying overwhelmingly Umbrella Academy, but I did not know that, so I'm not going to take that point.
Yeah, neither did I. Yeah.
The answer is C,
I haven't watched
The
that.
Umbrella Academy.
Yeah, never heard of it.
What color is Grimace in the Grimace Shake trend?
Well, he better as hell be purple because Grimace is purple. That's Gen X thing. If he's not, I'm gonna be pissed.
Nice.
You got
Yay.
it. Grimace is A, purple.
I made a whole video about McDonald's in the 70s and 80s.
Okay.
Yeah, so Grimace has always been purple.
What app became popular for scanning and solving math problems?
It sounds like that with that laugh that you have used this before.
Oh yeah.
We got in trouble for using calculators when I was in school. I can't imagine this.
Wow.
I have no clue. We'll go Insta Solver. See, let's do that. I have no idea.
Solid guess.
Yeah, if it's probably Math Solver, it's like oh,
that would be B, Photomath.
Photomath. No clue.
Oh, I use that all the time, man.
You do.
Who is known for blending pop and horror aesthetics with songs like Lunch and Playdate?
Ew. That's creepy. It can't be Sia because Sia's someone more my age. But maybe it is Sia. But Sia had the black and white wig that was covered her face.
I actually don't know this one myself.
Maybe it is Sia. I don't. I honestly have no idea. I'll say Sia only because I don't think that's right.
The correct answer is B, Melanie
I wasn't getting that.
Martinez.
Never heard of her.
That's probably not my crowd.
Yeah.
What does slay mean in Gen Z lingo?
You crushed it. That's got to be A.
Yeah,
not,
well,
I'll get it wrong.
the way they even describe that, like you crushed it. I mean, yeah, that's an American way of putting it.
Yeah. What would be the UK way of putting it?
Yeah,
how would you describe slay?
We'd say like you smashed it. Like
Okay,
you
smashed it. Gotcha.
Mate, you smashed
Gotcha.
it. Yeah.
Generally followed by queen. You slay queen.
Slay Queen. No, don't get me started on Slay Queen. I wanted to jump up. Yeah.
It means A. You crushed it.
Slay Queen. I kept. Yeah.
Which game was huge on mobile and Twitch during the pandemic, involving crewmates and imposters?
Oh, this is a classic.
I have absolutely no idea. I've heard of Roblox, but I don't know what it is. I've heard the word. So I'm gonna go with Roblox because that's the only one I've ever heard of. But do you know this one?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, nah, it's not Roblox.
The answer is
Yeah.
C.
During COVID, this was the go-to.
Really?
This is the because we were all inside. Like you could have group call on Discord with a bunch of your friends, and then we're in this game right there.
Okay. Well, that sounds like kind of fun. Everybody in the chat got it right. I see you guys.
Oh yeah, they did get it.
They were yelling at me. See.
Impressive.
Very nice, guys. Well, way to go.
Yeah, and it's still popular to this day.
Is it?
What does it mean if something is mid?
It's got to be mediocre, right? Like middle of the road, like not great, not awful.
Yeah, I mean, I would say so. Yeah, that would. But overhyped, I can see if someone said it meant overhyped, you can use it for that. But I think it's mainly mediocre.
Yeah,
mainly
I can see how it could be used in the overhyped context as well. But I always assumed it meant mediocre.
Yeah.
Because I always hear the word mid. I see it online referencing women. She's just mid. Like she's not gorgeous. She's not ugly. She's just mid. So that's how it comes across to me as mediocre. A. But it could also be B. I think.
Yeah.
A.
Yeah,
that's right. A.
Average.
It's mediocre.
Yeah.
All right. Last question.
What is a digital detox?
A digital detox, well, at first I thought it would be a break from screens, but now I'm thinking it's a deleting your socials. Well, maybe it could be turning off notifications. I don't know. What's the way to detox from the digital world? What's the best way? I think I'm going to go with my first instinct and go a break from screens. Do you know this one?
See, this is the word that I thought was what they meant by cleansing, like the health, mental health, the mental health.
Oh yeah.
But then at the same time, it was like, yeah, this is more digital, like phone specific.
Right.
So I get why they use the other one for that one now. But yeah, this one I would say, yeah, deleting socials. But I have seen people use it for you're just taking a break from screen. So I don't know. I think A or B actually is right.
I think my first instinct was a break from screen, so I think that's what I'm going to go with. But I think it could be also deleting. I think it could be any three of these. But
I would have used it for all three even. Yeah. So.
Yeah. I think this is kind of a trick question, but I'm going to go with a break from screens.
Yeah, they're probably going to say. A break from screens.
Yeah. Woohoo!
Yeah, B. A break from screens.
I would have let you have it for any of them though.
Wait, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. Let's add up my tally here out of 40 questions and see how I did. I got 23 out of 40.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That's about where I thought I would be. So
yeah, you got it, man.
A couple of those were like total guesses, but yeah, I mean, I got 23, so huzzah!
Yeah, I didn't get 40, so that's probably more controversial.
Let's see here. That was fun. Before we do the Gen X, we'll close out with the Gen X quiz. But before, if that's cool, and then we'll before we do that, we'll do a super chat. I do have a super chat that I wanted to bring up. Jabbar Robbins, $2. MMC 200th episode with Reverend Jesse Jackson. This is a really random request. I've never seen this, so we're gonna watch it together. MMC was the Mickey Mouse Club. Disney had the Mickey Mouse Club starting with my parents back in the 50s, and then they had different versions of the Mickey Mouse Club throughout the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s. So there's different groups. So the Mickey Mouse Club 200th episode with Reverend Jesse Jackson. So let me find out.
I don't know who that is.
Jesse Jackson is I guess he used to call himself the Reverend Jesse Jackson. I don't know if he's really a pastor or not, or a preacher. But he's kind of like an activist, a social activist. A lot of stuff to do with race. Like he's a black man, so a lot of stuff to do with race activism for the community and everything like that. He was a big deal in the 80s. He had this thing called the Rainbow Coalition. That was his activist forum. So I'm not quite sure why he would have been on the Mickey Mouse Club. But it's an hour-long special. So we'll watch a little bit of it. We're obviously not going to watch a bunch of it, but let's see what we got here. Hopefully it's nothing too crazy. Hold on.
The following presentation has been closed captioned for the hearing impaired.
Now, this is what the Disney Channel looked like in 1992, so that'll at least give you an idea of Disney from my era.
Right.
Hello, USC.
Welcome to a very special 200th edition of the Mickey Mouse Club with our special guest, Reverend Jesse Jackson, plus Edward James Olmos, Boys to Men, Kevin Campbell, Celine Dion, Gloria Estefan, Richard Marx.
I've heard of Gloria. Wait, no, I haven't.
Of course,
haven't heard of Gloria Estefan. She was a singer back in the 80s and 90s with a group called the Miami Sound Machine. Did a lot of Spanish lyric stuff. Did a lot of it's very Latin inspired music from Miami.
Tony, Jennifer, Mark, Tara.
So this is the roll call. So this is the members of the Mickey Mouse Club. And so at the beginning of each episode, they would do a roll call, so you would know who was who.
Oh, okay.
Matt,
Right.
Lizzie, Dale, Tasha, Ricky, Carrie, Jason, Nita, JC, Alana, Kevin, Rona, Josh, Mylette, Blake, Terry, Fred.
Look at those clothes and hairstyles.
Yeah, that's
Now,
throwback.
yeah, 92, I was a freshman in high school, which would have been ninth grade, so I'd have been about 14 years old at this time.
Okay.
And this was the style back then. That was all the rage of these outfits and hair. This was really bad.
Mickey Mouse Club. You've probably noticed there's something a little different about the show today.
Well, today's show is different. It's also very special because we've devoted the entire show to a very important issue.
Oh.
The issue is racial unity.
Oh.
We're going to meet some really special people who are working to make it a reality in their community.
Racial unity.
Okay.
To get started, we've got a song about racial harmony.
Ooh, we have a
Here's
song.
Matt, Blaine, Jennifer, Nita, and the gang singing Black or White.
Wait,
Michael Jackson.
I was gonna say they're gonna sing the Michael Jackson Black or White. Shut
Right.
up. This is really great. It's the Kid Bop version of Michael Jackson.
I see. Can you play this?
I'm gonna be very careful with it.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. I was like, yeah, the copyright.
I don't know if I can play the cover or not, but this is awful.
Oh.
Oh no.
He's singing it.
This song had just come out.
Some nice dance moves right there.
Yeah. This is funny. No, he's not no MJ.
He ain't
This is painful and it's cringe, even from my perspective. And I don't even think this would have been considered cool back then. I think we would have watched it and been like,
Right.
ah. Oh, they're gonna do some dancing for us here.
They put my message in the Saturday Sun. I had to tell them I was second to none. And I told them about the quality and it's true either you're wrong or you're right.
Yeah, this was never cool. It did have a lot of future stars in it. There was a couple people in that roll call that went on to become very famous actors and singers. I didn't feel the need to point it out to you because it probably wouldn't mean anything. It's kind of dumb.
But, over my head.
Yeah. But this is pretty painful. Let's get past the song. Let's see what else we got. I'm just gonna watch a couple more minutes of it. This is funny. Oh, they're still dancing and singing.
Jesse Jackson.
Okay, so I'm interested to see what Jesse Jackson does on this.
Right.
So we got like a 45-year-old man going to a teen kids show.
Yeah. I wonder how he's gonna mesh.
On this, the 200th episode of the Mickey Mouse Club, we're going to discuss the tough and explosive subject, racism. Your generation must come to grips with it and resolve it to make America better, to make America secure.
We've been talking about this for a long time. The whole idea of racism. So let's see how he teaches about racism in 1992. Let's find out.
Right.
Racism is the belief that one group is better or worse than another group based upon race. That the better group deserves the first and the best of all things, and that the worst group deserves the last and least of all things. As Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, ultimately, we must be judged by the content of our character and our individual efforts, not by the color of our skin.
That's right. This is exactly how my generation was taught about racism or about race relations. Yeah, content of character, not color of skin. And I had friends of all races and backgrounds growing up in college and everything. This was never a thing growing up. Like it is, like it's there's a lot of ways that it seems very tense now, but I don't know if it's that way in the UK, but this was we all got along back then.
Right.
We were, you know, like I just, it's crazy to me now that it seems to be such a divisive issue these days, because when Gen X was growing up, we did not care. This was definitely how we were taught and how we lived. Yeah. Never had any issue with racism growing up. Yeah, it didn't matter.
Right.
Mashika Flowers says Mickey Mouse cured racism. Yay. Oh man. So interesting. So yeah, that was the Mickey Mouse Club back in 1992 with Jesse Jackson teaching us about racism. Interesting. Tracy Spencer. Oh, sorry. Oh, we got another $5 real quick before. Tracy Spencer and Tevin Campbell were on this episode as well. I want to see Tevin Campbell. Tevin Campbell was a big singer back at the time. Let's see some Tevin Campbell. Let me see if I can find him. There's Tracy Spencer. Where's Tevin? That doesn't. Does that?
One song to make our love.
That doesn't sound right. That is Tevin though. I wanted to hear his dance songs. I don't want to hear I don't want to hear a bunch of ballads. Interesting. Thank you so much for that super chat, Jabbar.
Okay.
A Different View podcast, $5. Natalie, if you need a song for your breaks, I have live performances and regular recorded songs. You may use them as you wish. Please subscribe. Oh, okay. I thought I had subscribed to yours, but I'm not sure. If I haven't, I will subscribe and use your stuff. Thank you so very much. Always good to get permission to use music that I don't get in trouble for. I appreciate that very much. Right. All right. Now it's time for a Gen X quiz. I'm going to put you on the spot and we'll wrap this up.
I was hoping with the time we'll just, like just forget. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
I mean, hey, I gave it my best shot. I got a little more than half right. I don't have high expectations for you, but since you have a little Gen X education, now, which one do you want to do? I have asking Gen Z questions about the 90s, or only Gen X can pass this quiz, 1980s trivia. Which one do you think we should do?
We should do the Gen X one.
Okay. All right.
The 90s one, I might.
Okay.
Might be a bit easier.
I'm so excited.
Moment of truth.
All right. I'm gonna have to ask you. So what TV show is this cast from?
Wait, so I don't even get multiple choice options.
I don't know. They're gonna give you, let's see.
Oh, this is impossible. I'm gonna get zero. There's no way. Like, let's go to another one.
Okay, let's do a different one. This is, by the way, the answer is Cheers.
Okay, right. Yeah, I was never getting that.
Yeah, I didn't realize they didn't have. Here's a question you might get. What is the name of the space shuttle that tragically exploded upon launch? We just watched the video.
The Challenger.
Challenger. There you go. Yeah. Without yay, without multiple choice, that's not fair.
That's throwing me right into the deep end, huh?
Okay, let's do
the next. If it's got multiple choice, then
okay,
it'll be better.
Okay, here we go.
I've seen that second video.
You have the Gen X quiz for Gen Z.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Holderness family. They're pretty nuts. They're fun though. Let's just do the ultimate. We'll do the ultimate Gen X quiz here. It looks like they have
okay, this one. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like they have some multiple choice.
Welcome to the Quizopolis Gen X Trivia Quiz. How many of these Gen X questions can you get right? Don't forget to subscribe to Quizopolis for more fun quizzes.
All right, here we go.
Question number 1. Which video game console was released by Nintendo in 1985 and became a Gen X
that's
staple?
A little obvious.
Is it A, Sega?
I mean, they kind of give it away in the answers.
See? Is it?
I think you might have gotten that. Yes.
Is it C? I have no clue.
Thank you for becoming a member. Yay.
Yay.
Yeah. That's pretty obvious. If the answers are that obvious, we're gonna have to choose another quiz.
Genesis,
Right.
B, Atari 2600.
I mean, have no clue.
Or C,
Hopefully, I
Nintendo Entertainment System. Make your guess now.
How'd you get that, you wizard?
Right.
The correct answer is Nintendo Entertainment System.
Yes.
Question
Well,
number
one.
2. Which music television channel launched in 1981, influencing Gen X culture?
Oh, I know this.
Is it A,
That's
MTV?
That's A.
Very
B,
good.
VH1,
Yeah.
or C,
I only
BET?
recently discovered that.
Make your guess now.
Last night on my live stream, we did the topic was MTV in the 90s, and we watched a whole bunch of different stuff from the 90s. Their different shows they had on and stuff. It was a blast. But yeah, MTV was definitely it launched in 81 and changed our culture.
Yeah, this is one of those ones that kept getting shoehorned into my brain with the videos I was doing.
correct
I
answer-
kept saying MTV,
Yeah.
in some shape or
I
form.
can see that.
Question number 3.
Thank you, Misanthropic.
Which movie features the character Ferris Bueller?
I mean, come on.
Is it
Yeah, I know this one. It's that one's B. That one's B. Yeah. I watched the movie actually as well.
Did you watch Ferris?
Yeah, I've seen that movie.
What
yeah.
were your thoughts of Ferris?
It was cool. Like,
You know?
it kind of reminded me of COVID a little bit, the way he didn't go in. I was like,
Yeah.
this is, I'm skipping school, but technically I'm just not going in because of COVID, but it felt that
Right.
way. And
Gotcha.
he was like, he's kind of a cool kid. He just felt like,
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys would have saw him as that.
We definitely. I mean,
been
I
how
know
you
I
would've-
did. He was the cool kid. I mean, he was
Okay,
mean as
right.
hell to his friend Cameron, but he was definitely it was cool because he stole Cameron's dad's car and went to a Cubs game during the
Right.
school day, and it was fantastical. It was silly, but it was definitely cool.
Right.
Yeah, only AI could design a quiz like this. I'm gonna give it like one more question, and then we're gonna
Right,
move
yeah,
to an actual
yeah.
because this is a little ridiculous.
Make your guess now.
Like, I'm actually looking like a Gen X at this point,
Yeah.
Call me Gen X at this rate.
Answer is Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Question number 4.
It was a good one.
What toy line features robots?
Well-
Yeah, I know this one. I used to play with these.
Popular among Gen
Yeah.
X?
Transformers.
Transformers.
There's
Okay,
quite a few toys that I had as well that I didn't realize that were popular back in the day, and kid stuff. So
I can
this
see
is one.
that. I can see that definitely. I'm also going to change this quiz because this is ridiculous. I'm sorry, we gotta start all over.
Wow, that's wow.
I know, but you're getting all the answers in the question has all the answers in the
Yeah.
multiple choice. That's not really fair. Let's see. This one looks a little bit better.
My name is Melanie, and welcome to
Uh-oh.
the quiz class where we test your brain with our daily quizzes while you're having fun.
All right,
Today we have
gotta test
10
your brain,
quizzes
test
for
your
you, and
knowledge.
If you enjoyed this quiz today, please don't forget to like and subscribe.
All right, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's do a non-AI quiz, please.
Right.
Was she gonna actually? I was gonna say, is she gonna stay on the? Oh, she is gonna stay on the screen.
Joy to the
These are hard. What song started with the lyrics "Jeremiah was a bullfrog"?
Oh, Jeremiah was a bullfrog. What is a bullfrog?
The band that sang the song is called Three Dog Night.
What song started with the lyrics? Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Bullfrog sounds like some cross hybrid of some genetically modified or whatever. Joy to the world, out of the country. Try a little tenderness. No clue. I'm gonna guess. The last one. Try a little. No,
Try a little
joy of the
tenderness, no?
world. Joy of the world. Let's go with joy of the world because I'm just a random guess. I have no clue.
You are correct.
No clue.
Joy to the world is the song.
I can't give myself that.
If you wanna get a lifeline out of the chat, please feel free.
Okay, right. Well, and I lifeline, and I can ask. I phone a friend, which is you.
You can phone a friend as well. Yes.
Yeah. I got you.
What was the title of the book that was based on the true story of the Manson murders? Do you know what the Manson murders are?
Yeah,
this was a big deal in the 70s.
This is not going to be a fun quiz for me.
No, these are difficult questions for someone that didn't live during the time.
I see the book title of the book based on a true story of the Manson murders. So Helter Skelter, I've heard of that before from somewhere. I don't know where I've heard of it though. I don't know how it relates. I don't see anything murder in there. Maybe it's referencing something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
In Cold Blood sounds like something that would be a rad name.
Right.
I want to go with that just because other than the grasshopper, just because that looks to me most like a murder story, true story murder.
In Cold Blood is what you're going with?
Yeah, I'm going with it. I don't know.
Okay. Well, In Cold Blood was a book written by an author named Truman Capote, and it was about a murder in Kansas in the 1950s.
Okay.
The book written about the Manson murders was called Helter Skelter.
Oh.
And I think there was a song.
It was Helter Skelter.
I can't remember
where I've heard Helter Skelter. I feel like I've heard of that. I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah, but that was the and it was I think it was a Beatles song as well. Are you familiar with the Beatles?
Yeah, but I don't know that song though.
Yeah, these are going way back. We're going to the mid to late 60s with these.
Oh wow, okay.
So yeah, so these are old school.
Okay.
What was the name of the space mission of Virgil Grissom, Edward White, and Roger Chaffee? So this was back. We had a lot of space questions and space stuff today.
Right.
So this was the Apollo missions were the ones that were going to the moon.
Okay.
That was the intent of the Apollo. So which one of these had these three astronauts on it? So that's gonna be tough. It's a guess. These are before time. Like these are like older Gen Xers definitely know this, but younger Gen Xers might not.
Oh, okay. I see. So even some of you guys might struggle with this one.
Yeah. Okay. These are not easy. There was a movie called Apollo 13. Have you seen the movie Apollo 13?
I haven't seen it, but that was the one I was gonna go for because that's the one that Apollo 13 just sounds like I've heard of it before.
There's a very famous line from that movie because Tom Hanks is in it, and he goes, "Houston, we have a problem." I don't know if you've ever heard that.
I've heard of that phrase, that quote before.
So yeah, I honestly don't know which one it is. I don't think it's 13.
Okay.
My guess would be 8, but I don't know for sure.
Apollo 13, Apollo 1, or Apollo 8?
So we're gonna find out because Apollo 1 would have been the very first mission.
Right.
It was Apollo 1.
Wow.
It was the first one. So these were the original astronauts.
I was never getting that.
Yeah, that was a tough one. In which city was Microsoft founded in 1975?
It's not San Francisco, like
no
clue.
I didn't stop it in time.
Is it Albert? That's my guess. That's my guess. Oh my gosh, I got it. Nice.
Excellent job.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't know this either. I didn't realize it was founded in Albuquerque.
I didn't.
These are tough ones. These are most of these questions are 60s and 70s. There's not a lot of 80s. I'm hoping that it was later as we go through, we'll get some in the more of the 80s, but this is very 60s and 70s. Who played the role of Frank Morris in the movie Escape from Alcatraz?
No clue. Just go with Clint Eastwood because that name looks familiar. I think I've heard of a Clint Eastwood from somewhere.
I think you're right. You were right. Well done. Clint Eastwood was a really popular actor back in the 60s and 70s, and even in the early 80s. Okay. So yeah, he was a big deal back then. Oh, this is a good one. What scandal made Richard Nixon resign as a president? Was it Watergate, Teapot Dome, or Halpin?
I've came across this one before. I think in a video, and I still don't understand it. But I believe it was the Watergate scandal.
That is correct.
I believe it was, yeah.
It was named after the Watergate Hotel. Basically what happened is that, so Nixon was a Republican. Well, this is the official narrative. I have a big conspiracy theory about it.
It already was sounding a bit like, what?
But it was at the Watergate Hotel. Some Republicans from Nixon's administration broke into the office of the Democratic National Committee and committed a theft. And I don't know what kind of theft it was, but anyway, it was a break-in. So the president's people broke into the other side's office. It was basically a robbery and a break-in. And that caused Nixon to resign as president of the United States. Okay. I personally think it was the CIA and they ousted Nixon but that's just my personal conspiracy theory.
Because I was like, how are you breaking into, I don't know, like you must see someone in advance to get in.
Yeah, I mean, but it was just into a hotel room. It was at the Watergate Hotel. They had an office at this hotel. And so you got to remember back then there were no there's no video surveillance security cameras. There's no security systems of any kind. They just broke into a hotel room.
I see. Okay, that makes it a bit more believable in my head then.
Yeah.
But I see conspiracies are still going about. I see.
Here's a comment. They stole the blueprint plans for the Democratic strategy for the next election. That had to be what it was. So they were trying to get the other side's secrets to what they were going to do in the election.
I see.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right.
Which country was the inventor of the Rubik's Cube? Have you ever seen a Rubik's Cube? Do you know Rubik's Cubes?
Yeah, I played. I would guess Hungary.
I think you're right. Let's find out.
It was Hungary.
Good job.
I'm getting lucky with these guesses. Man. I'm getting so lucky.
Who made
the first 911 call? I honestly don't know this. I will say that I only recognize the name of one of these people, but I'm not going to tell you which one. That's probably the right one.
Go on.
I think you guys have 999. I think is that your emergency line? Okay.
999.
So these are some great names. No clue.
Who made the first 911? Was that not something that always existed? Is that a recent thing?
911 was created in the 70s.
What? Okay, wow. I didn't realize it was.
Yeah, before that, if you wanted to make an emergency call, you would just dial 0 to get a phone operator, and then the phone operator would call the police or an ambulance or whatever. So you would just dial 0 for an operator. But then in the 70s, they created 911 so you could for emergency calls.
So that wasn't always a thing.
No, that was created. That was created in the 70s. I know, isn't that nuts? I'm going to say it's probably Spiro Agnew was the vice president to Richard Nixon. So I'm assuming that it was the vice president, which would be Spiro Agnew. I have no idea who the other people are. These are really hard questions. So we've gone from like ridiculously easy questions, and they're not pop culture either. So they're like history and like. I'm thinking maybe I should give you a pop culture. I'm feeling kind of bad about Rankin-Fight. I had no idea who that is. All right. These are too hard.
What is that? In what universe am I getting? What?
I'm gonna do. Do you want to do movies, TV, or music from Gen X? What would you like to do? What do you think you know more about? Movies, music, or TV?
I think music's probably gonna be the most entertaining one.
Okay.
Ooh, because I've seen a few movies.
Okay.
And music is all over the place for me.
Right. Okay.
It's hit and miss.
So let's see if we can find a good Gen X music quiz.
And then shows.
Oh, we got TV theme songs. Let's see. Cartoon theme songs, Broadway music. The ultimate Gen X music trivia challenge.
That sounds
good?
Could be a good one. Could be a good one, yeah. Because music in these days is so hit and miss for me.
It's another stream doing this. Hold on.
Stream Inception.
Stream Inception. All right. So we're going to go to their questions. Hold on, Dale. All right. First question. What 80s pop icon had a hit with Like a Prayer in 1989? Cyndi Lauper, Janet Jackson, or Madonna?
I believe I know this one. I'm going to go see Like a Prayer.
Very good. Excellent. Yes, that was Madonna. That was very controversial.
Oh.
Very controversial song. Yeah. It was thought it was anti. In the video, she had a lot of religious symbolism, so it was considered to be anti-Christian. So it caused a lot of controversy.
I see.
Dale, you're gonna have to wait, bud. My cat wants to hang out.
Bless.
Okay, let's get to the next question. All right. Ooh, we watched this group last night. Which band released the album Nevermind in 1991, which helped define the grunge era? Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, or Nirvana?
Never mind. Never mind this question. More like, I don't know. I think I would go with C's because the only one I've heard of, and I feel like from what I've heard, Nirvana sounds like it was a popular name in that time. I don't know if it's them though. But I'm gonna go with C.
You are correct. Does this sound familiar to you? Hold on. Can you hear that?
No.
Okay, hold on. I'm just going to play the opening riff.
Oh, I've heard of this song. I heard of this song.
That's Nirvana. That Smells Like Teen Spirit. That's from Nevermind.
Okay, that's them. Okay.
Yep,
okay.
that's it. That's Nirvana.
I've heard of that.
Right on. Good job. Good job. All right. Excellent. All right. Which group told us girl power and ruled the late 90s with the song Wannabe? Was it the Spice Girls, Destiny's Child, or TLC?
Wannabe, girl power. I've heard of Destiny's Child. I've heard of Spice Girl. No clue who TLC is. Sounds like a news news channel. TLC. And more like TMZ. That's what it makes me think of.
Oh my gosh, I really feel like I need to give you some TLC education.
TLC, more like BLT. Like I don't know what TLC.
I'm gonna show you some TLC after this question. I have to.
Right? Yeah.
What's your answer?
I wanna say I don't think it's Destiny's Child. I think it's Spice Girls. I feel like I'm kind of familiar. I think I know the song, and I know it's like a group of white girls, and I know Destiny's Child's not a group of white girls, so it's probably Spice Girls.
Well,
it might be TLC.
It was not all white girls. You are correct. It is Spice Girls. This is the opening. You might know. Tell me what you want. There was so there was Mel B there on the right. She was Scary Spice.
Oh yeah. Okay,
and I think Mel B was on one of the Got Talent UK Got Talent or whatever. I think she was a judge. She was a judge over here for one of those shows.
Was she?
And then you had let me get them all five here. All five in the shot if I can find all five. So then you had Sporty Spice. That she was the one with the sports bra and the track pants. Then you had Baby Spice in the middle, the white dress and the blonde hair. And then you had they're gonna have to help me out here. You had Posh Spice, which was Victoria Beckham. Let's find her.
Yes, Posh Spice. Yep.
Yes.
I know of Posh Spice.
I figured she was probably kind of a big deal over there being married to David Beckham. I can't find her anywhere.
Yeah,
there she is.
Yeah, no, I know. Posh Spice.
All right, I have got to introduce you to TLC.
I have to guess what that stands. Does it stand for something?
Well, TLC. Well, it stands for their names. There's T-Boz, Left Eye, and Chili.
Oh, okay.
So it was a girl group. And I'm going to show you. This is one of their biggest songs. This is No Scrubs. I'm going to have to obviously TLC.
Oh, okay.
They were a huge girl group back in the 90s.
I see. So they kind of remind me of like what I hear of songs nowadays, like I don't know, Cardi B.
Yes, they were definitely the pioneers of female R&B rap. Left Eye. Here, let me show you. Let me get all three of them in this shot here.
I don't want no scrub.
Yep. So Left Eye's on the left. She actually passed away in 2003 or 2002 in a car accident. So she died at like 30 years old. And then you got Chili in the middle, and then T-Boz on the right. So yeah, they're way better than not like Cardi. They're better. But they were very pioneering in the world of the girl group R&B rap world. Left Eye was quite the rapper and quite the lyricist. So yep. So that is TLC. So now you know that it's not just a news network. It is.
That's what I was thinking when I thought that. I was like, okay, right.
I get that. But see, this is how we learn.
Right. Well, I'm learning new things as well. I know a lot already.
Who had a massive 90s hit with Baby Got Back? MC Hammer, Sir Mix-a-Lot, or Coolio? And are you familiar with Baby Got Back?
I probably am. I just don't know the name of the song. I don't know it's called that. MC Hammer's the one that did that obnoxious song. What was it?
Can't touch this.
Yeah.
Can't touch this.
I don't. Yeah, that's just because it's like that one. I don't think it's MC Hammer. Sir Mix-a-Lot, Coolio. Yeah, those names sound familiar. I just don't know. Sir Mix-a-Lot sounds like the name that goes with Baby Got Back. Or Coolio sounds like he's a cool guy, so he's the type of guy that gets a lot of girls. I don't know. Baby Got Back, because I'm assuming Baby Got Back's got something to do with a girl showing her bum.
You think? Yeah. I'm gonna play you the opening of the video because I think you'll know it.
I'm gonna go C, but I don't know. C or B? C.
Gonna go. Which one are you going with? B?
That makes a lot. Okay, so B sounds like the type of because he calls himself Sir. Like Sir Mix-a-Lot. B sounds like the type of person who would make a song like that.
Excellent. Here we go. Nicki Minaj sampled this, yes.
I was gonna say I've heard
her Anaconda song.
Yeah,
there's a line in this song that says, "My anaconda don't want none unless you got one." That Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Okay. Yeah, because I've heard. That's what I've heard. Isn't this Nicki Minaj?
Anaconda. Yeah. So that's what that was. Coolio. You probably have heard the biggest Coolio song. I'll give you the opening riff of that. Hold on.
Oh, I have heard of this song.
Gangsta's Paradise.
Oh, Gangsta's Paradise.
You want to tell me what this is all about?
This makes me think of a game called GTA.
Yeah, okay. I got that.
Okay, right.
Yep, that's Coolio. So that's the difference between those two. All right. Next question.
Okay.
What boy band released I Want It That Way in 1999? NSYNC, 98 Degrees, or Backstreet Boys?
It's A or C. I know that for sure. It's A or C. I don't know about 98 Degrees.
They were another boy band, but they weren't nearly as big as NSYNC or Backstreet.
Oh, they must. Are they British because they're using degrees instead of Fahrenheit? I
think they were all American. Yep.
Oh, okay, fast. Okay, NSYNC or Backstreet Boys? I remember seeing a clip. Here's singing "I Want It That Way," but was it Backstreet Boys or was it NSYNC? I think it was, and I think the clip. If I remember the clip right, it was like a TRL show, and they introduced the Backstreet Boys. Or NSYNC, but I think they said NSYNC. I Want It That Way. That's how I want to say NSYNC. So I want to go with that. But if it's Backstreet Boys, it is what it's like. I don't know.
It's Backstreet Boys.
No.
That song is iconic.
I can imagine.
But a lot of people got NSYNC and Backstreet mixed up even back then.
So. Like tomato, like it was the same thing.
Yep, 6 of one, half dozen of the other. They were pretty much the same in a lot of people's eyes.
Right, like, and when they popular at the same time, back at like,
Yes,
like what?
yes, they were absolutely popular at the
Come
same
on, I
time.
basically got that. You know,
You did. You basically got it.
It's just like
Shigen says, on behalf of the Millennial Gen X delegation, I would like to formally apologize for TRL.
TRL. Really? Why? Okay, what is the TRL?
Okay, yeah, TRL, Total Request Live, MTV. It was a call-in show where you could request songs and all the different artists would be there. All right, who had a haunting 90s hit with Torn, often misattributed to Alanis Morissette? Jewel, Meredith Brooks, or Natalie Imbruglia?
Same name as you see. I makes you want to say C now.
Yeah?
Yeah, let's just do it. Let's go see. I have no clue. No clue.
You want to go see? You have no clue.
No clue.
All right.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
The clue was in the co-host.
Yep. Okay, let's see.
That's a clip right there. Yeah.
Yeah, good job. Okay. Hold on.
Use my lifelines. Technically already used one.
Well, yeah.
I used you technically, but then we don't count that.
Which rock band asked With Arms Wide Open in their 1999 hit?
What? What would
the name of the song is With Arms Wide Open is the name of the song.
Okay.
Which band sang With Arms Wide Open?
Oh, I thought they were saying which band asked With Eyes. I was like, what?
Oh, well, yeah, that's kind of they asked that question. I get. No, they don't really ask. They say they declare With Arms Wide Open.
They are. Okay. No clue. Creed's is the name of a movie that I know, so I don't think it's that.
Okay.
But it could also be reference something else. I don't know. Stained. Something about that name just sounds like Nickelback. Nickelback sounds. No, I want to go with B, but I don't know. I don't know.
I'm gonna go with Stained.
I'm gonna go with B because of the way that the words look.
Okay. Unfortunately, you are wrong. A band that gets like joked on and like they're not kind of like it's just kind of dorky to like Creed. At the time, in retrospect, I don't hate them as much as I did back then, but but yeah, that's Creed. But I can see how you would get that, like, because it was the movie with Apollo Creed's son or whatever, Adonis.
Threw me off with that one. Yeah.
Threw you off.
Creed movie.
This is a fantastic question. Who released Rhythm Nation and Escapade in the late 80s? Whitney Houston, Janet Jackson, or Paula Abdul?
What is Escapade, man? What does that even mean?
Those are the names of the songs. Rhythm Nation and Escapade were the names of these two songs. Who released them in the late 1980s? Whitney Houston, Janet Jackson, or Paula Abdul?
No clue. I don't think it's Whitney Houston.
Okay.
Only reason because I feel like they probably, if they were going to do a question, I feel like I know a few Whitney Houston songs. If they were going to do a question on her, I would have at least recognized one of those. I think I don't recognize any of them.
Okay.
So I don't think it's her. Janet Jackson, I don't know, or Paula Abdul. I want to say Janet Jackson because I kind of know who she is. I haven't heard of Paula Abdul.
Michael's little sister is Janet.
Right. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
But then I want to say C because I haven't heard of.
You haven't heard of Paula Abdul? Paula Abdul was actually Janet's choreographer before she became her own a singer on her own.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So which one do you think? Janet or Paula?
I'll go C because I feel like I haven't heard of these songs, so I want to go with someone I don't know who it is.
Okay.
And
makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Unfortunately, you're wrong. It was Janet Jackson. This was a big deal when this video came out. Rhythm Nation.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was a pretty big deal when this album launched. It was very different from her first album, which was called Control. Let's hear her sing for a second. That was Janet's Rhythm Nation. Real quick, I'm gonna introduce
never heard of that song.
Never heard of it? It's fantastic. That whole album is great. We could do Escapade as well. You're gonna love. I adore Paula Abdul. Like I still adore Paula Abdul, but I was a dancer when I was younger, and she was a like elite choreographer. This was her first single called Straight Up, and she opens it up with a tap dance that I was obsessed with learning as a 10-year-old. Control was Janet's third album, but it was before Rhythm Nation. Hold on.
Yeah, I have
I know it was before Rhythm. Yeah.
I have no clue what's going on right
now. Yeah, I know. Control came out in 86. Rhythm Nation came out in 90. So thank you, Black Scorpion Lair. I appreciate the $2. Or it went to Jay, actually. Control was Janet's third album. It might have been, but it was still before Rhythm Nation, 4 years before. Because Control had What Have You Done For Me Lately? I'm sorry, I don't mean to get off on this, but oh man. Jay, you have a hello, Flatbridge Duppy.
Hello. Good to see you.
Okay. Back to the question. My cat is yelling at me again. Let's get to the next couple of questions and we'll wrap it up. It's past 3. I got to get.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Hold on. This has been fun though. I've had a blast.
Wait, same. Like I was not expecting the 3 hours to go by that quick.
Yeah, I know, right? All right, let's get to the question. Okay. What 80s band had massive success with Sweet Dreams Are Made of This? The Eurythmics, the Pet Shop Boys, or Depeche Mode?
Ooh. Depeche Mode, Pet Shop Boy. I want to say Eurythmics. Only reason why, because I feel like I've came across. I know Sweet Dreams, and I feel like somewhere Eurythmics was like close by. So I remember hearing that close by Sweet Dreams.
Okay.
I want to say Eurythmics because it's triggering some memory in my head. I don't know if it's gonna get me right though. So
you are correct. This was Annie Lennox, and she still is a very interesting singer, but very androgynous type of a singer, very deep voice. But yeah, it does have a creepy vibe to it. But this was a big song back then when I was little. Yeah, they're from the UK as well. That's a good point, Lamb Singer, UK band.
Oh wow, the more you know.
Yes. All right. Couple more questions. In the 1980s, what female artist had hits like Hit Me With Your Best Shot, Love Is a Battlefield, and We Belong?
Oh my gosh.
Was it Joan Jett, Pat Benatar, or Debbie Harry? And remember, you can ask the audience.
I was just about to say, I want to ask the audience for this one. I haven't used it. So audience, please. Let me know. I have no clue here. Give me your Gen X powers, please. Just not. It's looking like I'm getting a few B's. Few B's. Okay. Guys, are you sure? I want to confirm in the chat if that's all right.
That's
guys,
right.
Are you sure?
Confirm.
You guys sure? Yes, we're gonna go with B. They said yes. They said that's correct. Yeah.
That is correct. Pat Benatar, Love Is a Battlefield. Let me get to
chat. Thank you, chat.
Amazing. Yeah, and like all of our song, Hit Me With Your Best Shot. I probably should have gone with Hit Me With Your Best Shot, would have been a better song to share. But still, all of her songs are fantastic. That was the last one.
Was it?
That was the last on this video.
Ooh,
that was the last question.
Okay.
But that works out well.
Know how many I got?
Yeah. I would say you probably got around half of them.
Yeah, I think it's like half.
Yeah.
I want to say 5. I hope it's 5. I'm not
yeah. You did pretty well there. You did pretty well there. That was fun. I had a good time. I hope
same, man. This was great. We've been all over the place today.
We have.
Like, in terms of the vibes, the atmosphere,
did some news, did some TV shows, did some quizzes. This was a good time. Let me make sure I got all the super chats.
Right.
Oh, let's see. Nope, I got them all. All righty. Anything else you want to tell everybody before we're done, or anything you got going on or want to share?
Yeah, I mean, I already made kind of an announcement, kind of that I'm going to be taking a little bit of a shift with the content. So for those of you guys that probably weren't aware, I'm going to make another video on my channel of addressing like where I'm trying to move in the future, going forward. But other than that, yeah, I probably won't be posting for the time being. I'm going to be going back to the UK in the next in 3 days. I'm leaving on Tuesday.
Oh, okay. Oh,
so
travel safe. That's a big trip.
Right. Thank you very much. I've been here for a while now, so I'm getting a bit homesick. But
I bet.
yeah. But other than that, yeah, like stay tuned for some more videos coming. Maybe next week. I'm still like in the transition period of going back to the UK, so I'll probably be ghosting a little bit. But
Gotcha.
other than that,
other than that, he'll be back at some point soon.
I'll be back.
Awesome. Jay, thank you so much for joining me today. I had a really, really good time.
Likewise.
It was so much fun. Travel safe, and we'll talk again soon. Thanks, everybody, for joining us today. Okay, bye.
You guys.